Welcome, Lion Nation, to tonight's broadcast of the Leander Lions taking on and hosting the Del Rio Rams. This game last year went into triple overtime in Del Rio, Texas, caused this broadcaster to arrive home at 3:15 a.m. We want to welcome all of those fans from Del Rio that were unable to make the trip. We will do our best to bring you all of the action. We want to mention all of the Lions sponsors. The 2023 Leander Lion Football Booster Club sponsors. The silver sponsors include Leander Athletic Club online at leanderathletic.club.com, or you can call them at 512-876-1855. That's 512-876-1855. It's located at 190 North Baghdad Road, Suite D in Leander, Texas. They provide for fitness, wellness, and recovery. They have 3 different fitness rooms, a main gym, a yoga studio, and a cycle studio, but they also provide everything you need to properly recover and relax after your workout. They have adult and youth classes during the week and on weekends. A club where you can go and enjoy yourself, feel uplifted and encouraged to become your best self. The second silver sponsor is Lot Governmental Affairs Limited Liability Corporation. You can find them on LinkedIn and the Facebook platforms under LGA. Again, that's Lot Governmental Affairs. Earl Lott with LGA helps clients in their private and public sectors to address environmental issues, ensure compliance. He also assists corporations as leaders in environmental responsibility. He streamlines permits and steers clients away from possible fines, legal actions, and other entanglements with his extensive knowledge of local, state, and federal regulations. It's not an easy thing to have knowledge of. Check out Lot Governmental Affairs, again, on LinkedIn and Facebook under LGA. The third silver level sponsor is RDZ Roofing. Online at rdzroofing.com, or you can call them at 512-316-1195. That's 512-316-1195. RDZ Roofing provides quality roof services for your home. They believe in taking a personalized approach to every project they undertake, whether it is roof repair, roof replacement, roof inspection, emergency roofing, or roof claims. Whatever service you need, they can help. Roofing is easy, especially if you do it right. Let RDZ make it easy. And, of course, the Leander Line Gold sponsors include Mercy Veterinary Hospital online at mercy-vet.com. That's mercy-vet.com. You can call for your pet's appointment at 512-890-2000. That's 512-890-2000. They're located at 18109 Ronald Reagan Boulevard in Leander. It's a privately owned 15,000 square foot state-of-the-art small animal veterinary practice and luxury pet resort. They want to be your trusted animal hospital, and they offer a wide range of services to meet all your pet's needs, from comprehensive preventive care and vaccines, management for chronic conditions, acute illnesses, soft tissue and orthopedic surgery, to luxury boarding, doggy daycare, and grooming. Their experienced veterinarians and dedicated staff provide compassionate and personalized care. They also prioritize your pet's health and happiness and treat your pet like family. And the final gold sponsor, Rush Automotive, online at myrushauto.com /Leander. That's myrushauto.com /Leander. Online at 512-548-6134. They're also located at 2276 U.S. South Highway 183 in Leander. They also have locations in Round Rock and Bastrop. Rush Automotive provides premium auto care, and they have the skills, knowledge, and commitment to diagnose and fix any issue you are having with your truck or car. They utilize state-of-the-art tools, technology, and equipment to ensure flawless results with their certified technicians. They stand out from the rest due to their work ethic, dedication, and expertise in their auto repair shop. Their customer service and customer lounge is top-notch. There isn't a service or repair need they cannot handle. Again, that's Rush Automotive. And we want to thank all of our sponsors as we near game time. According to the scoreboard clock, we're about 10 minutes away. The Lions are down in the end zone. They've got the run-through set up to go. Joining me on the broadcast, Martin Cano. How are you, Martin?
I'm good, Chuck. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to an exciting game tonight. We know it was exciting last year.
Okay, and then we also have a student for color commentary, and of course he's got a difficult name that I can't remember, so I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Purrier.
Hold on, let's turn up your mic there. Something's going on here. Try it again.
Hello.
Let me get a better. I'll get a better headset for you. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. Stay with us here on SHN Sports.
It was on purpose.
And it's Spurrier? Purrier.
Yes.
Unplug, take that
What's wrong with this one?
one. We couldn't hear you. You want to not be on
Yeah,
that?
I don't want
Just wrap that up if you don't mind. I'll take a look. It might be the cord.
that it's like torn.
Well, it's really old. That one's about 12 years old.
Well, that's okay.
Testing 1, 2. Test. Sounds like that one was not fine. Yes, ma'am. I can't hear you. Welcome back. Guess we didn't put our mics on mute, so we're just running around talking this whole time. We're trying to get the headsets working, and it looks like we got a group of linebackers coming through the tunnel. We kind of caught the end of them. Joining me is Martin Cano. How are you, Martin?
Good, Chuck. Good to be here.
And let's hope this mic works a little bit better for our student assistant. Pull the mic down. Introduce yourself.
Okay, is it working?
Raise your L's high as the Leander band plays the
Try again.
Leander High School alma mater.
Yeah, I'm not hearing you.
I'm not hearing him either, Chuck.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me see that headset here. It's got to be something with that channel. We've got him turned up. May just have to do camera work this weekend until I bring you a better mic. So, Martin, your daughter, you want to talk a little bit about that? It's homecoming, right?
It is homecoming. It's very exciting. Yes, my daughter Lisa will be part of the homecoming court tonight.
Test. Can you hear me, Martin? Test.
Yes.
Let's hold on. I want to mute these other mics. Test. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There you go. It's working. I just had to blow the dust out of it. And we're back. And we'll try this time. And you know what? Just so you folks in Del Rio understand, we try to be as professional as we can, but this is a parent, mostly volunteer operation. We do quite a bit with the teams, and when everything works great, it sounds fantastic and it's really professional. But as soon as one or two things go wrong, it doesn't work as well. Go on ahead and introduce yourself now for the third time.
Is it gonna work?
I heard it when I spoke into it.
Is it working? Is it working?
Yes. You can
Alright.
see it jump up right there. I mean, we're not hearing it great necessarily in our ears, but that's because our audio is turned down. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty good.
Okay. So, what's your name?
Purrier's Wesper.
One more time, just for the people in the back.
Purrier's Wesper.
Okay, push it a little bit closer to your mouth.
Purrier's Wesper.
There we go. Purrier's Westburg.
Purrier.
And there go the Lions onto the field. Joining us on camera on the deck tonight is Peter Casimir. We want to thank him as well. He's just running on hand signals right now. I'm not sure if he's tuned into the broadcast or not. We will bring you all the action. The Lions are on the field. The Del Rio Rams are lining up to run through their run-through banner, and we'll be right to the action just shortly. After that, we're going to have the national anthem. There'll be the coin toss. Del Rio did not bring their band.
Well,
so
it is a little bit of a trip.
It
to
is.
have to come here. We were chatting with the coaches earlier, and they let us know that they'd only been here a couple of hours, so it is pretty good drive to get here from
It
Del
is 6.5 hours.
Yes.
I know from experience from last year. And that's, driving right around the speed limit, right close to it. So it is a significant drive, and so they did not bring their band, and as a result, instead of the Lion Band performing pregame, which is traditional for homecoming, they're going to have their performance at halftime as well as the homecoming court. And so you'll run down there at halftime. We'll set some cameras on the court, and we'll bring you all that action as well.
Yes. Homecoming should be fun. It's always an exciting time.
Don't forget to zoom that one in and out.
Yes.
Okay, captains for the Lions are going to be number 40, Michael Segovia, number 12, Jacob Harris, number 14, Aiden Parker, and number 77, and that's Gavin Rodriguez.
Got a good crowd here tonight.
Yeah, usually you get a pretty good crowd with homecoming. Yeah, it might help if I have the mic on. Let me read the captains once again. Michael Segovia, number 40, number 12, Jacob Harris, number 14, Aiden Parker, and number 77, Gavin Rodriguez. For Del Rio, their numbers are currently blocked, but I will bring you those captains' numbers here shortly. Number 12 is Hector Rodriguez. We've got one of the players with a 5 is the second number. I can't see because of the angle. Number 9 and number 55 are the other captains. 9 is Rodrigo Tomez, and number 55 is Jorge Herrera. Did you see who won the toss?
Leander will be receiving.
Okay, but you didn't see who deferred?
I did not see who deferred.
So we're not sure, but Leander will open with the football. The teams will line up for the national anthem. We'll turn up the crowd mic, and that's usually done by a Leander High School choir student. So always a treat.
Texas Flag Guard Cadet Staff Sergeant Dante Chauncey. Instructors for Leander Air Force Junior ROTC are Lieutenant Colonel retired Jeff Moffitt and Master Sergeant retired George Reyes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please remain standing as we honor our country with the singing of the national anthem performed by Leander High School sophomore Carly Copeland.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the
And yet another fantastic rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, the country's national anthem.
Officials for tonight's game are from the Austin Football Officials Association and
Will be
the Texas Association of Sports Officials.
Getting underway here
Referee is
shortly.
Michael Barrett, umpire
As you
Andre
see,
Andrews,
both teams
headline
remain
judge Mike May,
at attention
judge
while
Gary
the
Cargill,
ROTC
back
moves
judge
off of
Edward
the
Timm
field.
Sr., field judge Seth Ross, side judge Luke Decker, game clock timer is Randy Satterwhite, 40-second clock timer is Greg McLemore.
We're getting real close to kickoff time. The clock on the scoreboard is set to 12 minutes,
Michael Steely.
and we'll bring you all the action. Again, Lions will be receiving the opening kickoff.
We're also excited to give a huge shout out to our crew.
Kicking off for the Del Rio Rams is going to be number 9, Rodrigo Tamez. He's a 6', 178-pound junior. Pretty good size for a kicker. He probably makes a tackle or two.
Well, we know what happened last week on the opening kickoff.
Yes, we had a kickoff that was returned for a score, but there was a penalty flag, and it resulted in that coming back. And then the Lions ended up with a turnover in that series, and they gave Bastrop a 6-0 lead. We're inches away from winning that football game with a 2-point conversion at the end.
Inches.
And I get it. I would have gone for 2. Mark and I doing the broadcast. Of course, Mark's not here tonight, but he and I did the broadcast last week, and we would have both done the same thing because there's no need to go into overtime, risk injury. It's a non-district game. If it had been a district game, I think the decision-making would have likely been different. But
yes it would.
Back deep to receive for the Lions is going to be Zane Wooldridge, and he'll be joined by number 10, Isaac Montgomery. Wooldridge is going to bring it out. He's at the 10, to his right at the 20. Slowed up there at the 23. He's going to be brought down by number 6, Alan Dobbins. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Leander Lions as we get underway here at AC Bible Junior Memorial Stadium in Leander, Texas. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you're in Del Rio, we welcome you as well.
Decent starting position.
Yeah, we'll take that. You know, he probably could have had it at the 25 if he would have just kneeled it. But you take that opportunity if you're Zane Wooldridge because you might have a long gain. In quarterback for the Lions is going to be Logan Mitchell. Looks like he has Braden Lott just to the left in the formation. 2 receivers top and bottom of the formation. We have a defender come across, but that he could have been drawn. We'll see what the call is here. The white hat gets his mic ready.
False start, number 73. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
So it is against the Lions. It'll be 1st and 15 now. Ball marked at the 18-yard line. So same formation. Lott, the running back, with Logan Mitchell in the backfield. 2 receivers either side of the formation. Mitchell brings Wooldridge in motion. Takes the snap, fakes to Lott, runs to his left, has the defensive end there, spins his way forward for a gain of maybe just 1 for the Lions. And getting up off the bottom of the pile for Del Rio, that's number 10, George Avalos. He's a 6'2", 225-pound defensive lineman. That's a pretty good size fellow, too.
That's pretty good size. Good size.
Pushing 1/8 of a ton there if you want to do the math. You got to be 250. That's how I know. So huddle for the Lions. They'll break that huddle. Same backfield. Lott, the running back, next to Mitchell. There's a snap. Mitchell looks, throws it in the flat to Aiden Parker. Parker on the outside carries up over the original line of scrimmage up to the 25. It's going to make it 3rd and about 8 yards for the Lions. They need to get to the 33-yard line. Kind of a big play here early. You know, there's a lot of football.
A lot of football.
So, you know, you don't want to put too much on a play like this early, but you know, you want to come out with an opening kickoff and get a couple of first downs at minimum. At
least a couple of first downs, help get the momentum moving.
So Mitchell in the pistol formation. He fakes the Lott, rolls to his right. He's got a defender on his tail. He's going to tuck it and run. He's at the 30, 35, picks up the first down at the 36, make it the 37-yard line. So the Lions will have 1st and 10. And there's the The one first
There,
down.
the
Let's-
one first down.
let's-
Nice run by Mitchell.
Let's get another one, and we'll keep working from there. So they break the huddle quickly. Lott still the running back with Mitchell. There's the snap. They're going to hand off. Faked a lot. Mitchell keeps it to the right side, carries over the 40 to the 42. He's tackled there by number 33, Ethan Mathern. Show it on the roster as a running back, but, in high school you play both ways usually.
Absolutely. Nice little gain on first down there.
Yeah, it'll be second down and about 5 for the Lions. Pistol formation again, 2 receivers either side of that formation. Wooldridge in motion. He'll line up beside Mitchell in the backfield. There's the handoff to Wooldridge. He'll cut up at the 40, back outside 45-50. He's at the 45-40, 35. He's pushed out of bounds
Nice
by
run.
number 6 of the Del Rio Rams, Alan Dobbins. That's a pretty good run.
Very good run.
And you see why Wooldridge carried that kick out of the end zone.
He's a dynamic young man, and if you can get him into free space, he's got some quickness.
There's a fake to the running back and toss into the flat intended for Aiden Parker from Mitchell, and that's incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 9:49 remaining in the first quarter. We are scoreless here at AC Bible Stadium in Leander. It'll be 2nd and 10, ball marked at the 35-yard line of the Del Rio Rams. As the Lions have done all season, they huddle with their backfield and their offensive line, and it looks like Braden Lott is going to come out of that huddle and send Zane Wooldridge into the huddle, which
You don't know what that means for sure,
I
but
think they're going to hand the ball to Zane Wooldridge. But let's see what they do. Pistol formations, Wooldridge to the left. They do hand it to him. He's going to be cut down in the backfield for a loss down to about the 40. And it looks like that is going to be number 8 on the tackle, Richard Camposano. He's a 5'9", 155-pound sophomore linebacker, so he's a youngster out
and
there.
he was in the backfield quick.
Yeah, he used that foot speed to get into the backfield, blow up the play, and the Lions had something set up with Zane Wooldridge there, but doesn't work if everybody doesn't get their block.
That's
So,
right. You gotta handle the man in front of you.
Ball now at the 41-yard line of the Rams. Lions need to get down to the 25. Mitchell drops straight back, looking to the left. Those over the middle intended for Wooldridge, and it almost was caught by Wooldridge and then almost by Aiden Parker. But
Right through both of them. That was close. It was so close.
this is an area of the field that, if it was a little bit closer down in distance, maybe you go for it. But I don't know. I'd bring Ivan Rodriguez out and try to pin him. But it looks like the Lions are going to leave their offense out there at least a little while. And it doesn't look like there's any move to run the punting unit out there. So it looks like the Lions will definitely be going for it here on 4th and very long. Running back in the backfield is Braden Lott, number 35 to the right. And the ball goes by Mitchell as he wasn't quite ready for it. He's able to pick it up and take a knee, and it's going to give – there's a penalty
I think it's
flag.
offsides. I think
Yeah, there
it's
was a
gonna be
penalty
offside.
flag down here on the near side, and that's a real break for the Lions.
Yes, it is.
And obviously Mitchell saw that there was a penalty flag because
Yes, he needed immediately.
he wanted to make sure he didn't get hit unnecessarily. And so that'll move the ball 5 yards closer to the line to gain, which will put it at the 36-yard line. It'll make it 4th and 11, which is a little more manageable. Still pretty good distance to attain, but you're a little further into Ram territory.
You are. Before the game, I was watching our kicker, and the young man was consistently kicking it from 50 yards out.
Yeah, Ivan Rodriguez has quite a leg on him, but both punting and field goals. Lott to the left, drop back. Mitchell down the sidelines. He completes it to Zane Wooldridge for a first down just inside the 20. They're going to mark it right at the 20.
Nice play.
Well, and that's why you go for it on 4th down.
That's
You know
right.
you can get Wooldridge in some space, and if the pass is accurate enough.
I like this Lions hurry-up offense.
Yeah, they're back up quickly. We have a whistle and a penalty flag. This is likely going to be a false start against the Lions, as Mitchell may have snapped the ball before his line was set.
False start, offense.
That is the call to make it 1st and 15 as the Lions go backwards once again.
But still in good position to make something happen here.
So the line of scrimmage now the 25-yard line. Lions need to get down to the 10 for a first down. Close enough here for a Rodriguez field goal if things go crazy or sideways, but the Lions looking for 6 here.
Looking for 6.
Mitchell, the quarterback, Lott beside him. They'll bring Wooldridge in motion. There's the snap. They'll hand to Lott. He starts to his right, cuts back left. He's at the 25-20. And he's going to get inside the 20 to the 19, gain a 6, and that'll make it 2nd and 9.
Nice pickup by Lott.
Luis Martinez. Second down and 9 from the 19.
Lions break the huddle. Mitchell with Lott in the backfield. 2 receivers either side of the formation. We have a quick whistle and a timeout by the Del Rio Rams. We'll take a quick moment and mention the silver sponsors for the Leander Lions Football Club. They include Leander Athletic Club online at leanderathleticClub.com or call them 512-876-1855. The other silver sponsor, Lott Governmental Affairs. You can find them online on LinkedIn or the Facebook platforms. There's no number, but Earl Lott is someone you want to reach out for if you're dealing with environmental issues. He's got a lot of knowledge in that area.
A lot of experience in that field, so definitely if you need something, give him a call.
And the third silver sponsor, RDZ Roofing, online at rdzroofing.com, or you can call them at 512-316-1195. Again, the number 512-316-1195. A lot of people have had hail damage in recent weeks and months. So you may need some assistance with the insurance or somebody to give you an estimate, then reach out to RDZ Roofing. I'm not sure who it is, but he was a former running back, the owner of RDZ at Leander.
Yes, and a good sponsor.
Yeah. So Mitchell is a new running back. That's going to be number 34 or 24, E.J. Hargrave, and they're going to hand to him. Hargrave up the middle, right behind Casimir and the left guard. Going to gain about 8 yards to the 13-yard line. The Lions are going to need 3 yards here on third down.
Third down and 3.
Hurry up offense.
Hargrave still the running back. Wooldridge in motion. Mitchell takes the snap, hands to Hargrave. He follows the hole and carries it right near. It looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. It'll be 1st and goal from about the 9.5-yard line.
It's been a good drive.
The Lions looking to start this game off with a touchdown. They had a tough loss just 7 days ago against the Bastrop Bears. But again, if you were here, you watched the stream, it's still out there. Go back and watch it. Exciting game. The Lions had their opportunities.
They did.
Hargrave, the running back, next to Mitchell. He'll take the snap, and the defense offsides. Free play. Pass to the corner of the end zone is incomplete. Intended for number 9, Joseph Morrow.
Offside. Defense.
Back defensively for the Rams is number 23, Jacob Ortiz. But the penalty offsides on the Rams. You saw the defender kind of trying to avoid crossing that line of scrimmage. He was unable to do so. They're going to move the ball half the distance. It'll be 1st and goal now from the 4, about the 4.5.
Joseph Morrow is also part of the homecoming court tonight.
That's always funny to me when a football player's out there in their uniform.
He's with my daughter, Lisa.
Okay. She'll be like, "You're sweaty." Mitchell's pass almost intercepted. That was number 6 there that got his mitts on it. That's Alan Dobbins, senior defensive back for the Rams. That incompletion will stop the clock at 7:16. It'll be 2nd and goal now from about the 4.5. The Lions will huddle.
Tough play thrown across the middle there with double coverage, but it did deflect. Morrow not quite able to get his hands on it.
Yeah, and it did almost land directly in the hands of Alan Dobbins, and that would have been really bad
Tough.
for the Lions. It's still early enough that something like that happens. You can recover, but Lions will settle for 6 here. Hargrave, the running back now with Mitchell. He'll fake to Hargrave, roll to his left, cut up on the sideline, lower his shoulder, and get real close to the goal line.
Just short.
That was Number 30 for Del Rio, Luis Martinez, coming up to make the stop for the Rams. It'll make it 3rd and goal from the 1. Yeah, Mitchell wanted that touchdown.
He was trying.
I don't like to see my quarterbacks do that, though. Step out of bounds.
He's a very important part of the offense, but excellent try.
Braden Lott back in at running back with Mitchell. There's the snap. They'll hand a lot straight ahead. He'll run behind Casimir, and they're going to give him the score. It is Lions 6. Del Rio has yet to possess the ball. So we'll see what their offense can do momentarily. But first, we have a point after attempt with Ivan the Leg Rodriguez coming up.
Last year, I don't know anyone that was familiar with the game last year, Rodriguez actually kicked a field goal to send it into overtime.
That is right. The Del Rio Rams almost won that game in regulation. Then it went to triple overtime. The Lions were able to – we didn't even know the rules of overtime because it was a new year of rules. And in the third overtime, you don't start at the 25. You start at the 3. And you get 1 play. You don't get 4 plays. And so the Lions were able to convert on theirs. Del Rio unable to, and the Lions were able to get out of there with a win. But holding for Rodriguez here on the point after is going to be Aiden Sturricker. Snap from Bill Felt, and there's the kick from Rodriguez, and it is good. And the Lions take a 7-0 lead with 6:30 remaining here.
And that field goal last year was a 43-yarder to send it into overtime. Young man can definitely kick.
Well, I really wish I would have known these guys were coming today. I would have brought some more quality headsets.
We have some young men assisting us tonight, thanks to the school, and we're trying to help them as well with their department.
What we want to encourage, and if you've listened to any of the broadcasts this season, then you know that I've been begging for help, right? We're looking for assistance, and we're not getting a lot of help necessarily, and we get it tonight, and, of course, I'm short the good enough equipment. So,
but we thank these 2 young men who are helping us with cameras and sound
and production.
It's very good. Glad to have them.
So Rodriguez, Ivan the Leg Rodriguez, will be kicking off here. We saw against Bastrop, every one of his kicks entered the end zone as well as Pflugerville.
Even into the wind.
Right. And so we haven't really seen much in the way of an opponent's kick return. You hope that your kicking team doesn't get a little lazy relying on that Rodriguez leg, and then if there's a short kick, then
yes,
you got to still be ready. So we'll see what he can do. Kicking from the 40, toe to leather, and it is a deep kick. Midway, he's going to bring it out. And that is number 2 on the return, Zane Hughes. I didn't see who made that stop.
I didn't either, but that was a pretty good return out of the end zone.
Well, and obviously Zane Hughes got a little bit of speed himself. Maybe it's something to do with that name Zane.
We have one, they have one.
Because he did show quite a bit of speed for their first possession. The Del Rio Rams will take over at the 27. Better starting field position than the Lions had. They started at the 23.
Let's see what our defense can do.
Playing quarterback for the Rams is going to be number 14, Alicio Ortiz. He'll hand to the first back through, and that defensive line is too much.
They were there.
The carry is by number 13, Hamad Musi.
Several lines on the stop.
Yeah, let's give a little credit to those 2 inside tackles. That's number 4, Nicholas Parsons, and number 92, Tyler Witt. Also there on that line front, we got number 18, Charles Allender's had a couple of big games, and a Wheezy on the other side. They try the option to the right, and the quarterback keeps, but he's going to run into the cornerback once he gets to the edge. That's number 2 making a solid tackle, Malachi Filan.
Good stop. Stayed home, fought off the block. Good tackle.
So Ortiz running that option for the Del Rio Rams. That's some old school, wing tee style. This is what I remember running.
Yes, sir. And they are this. That's their offense, is that old style running game.
It'll wear you down. And if you're not ready for the misdirection, it's one of those kinds of offenses that you don't prepare a lot for. Lions have had an opportunity early to prepare for some of it. And they had a Marble Falls scrimmage. Alicio back, and he's going to be sacked as he tried to look for something. But Charles Allender with the sack also there. Looks like it's going to be Chris Tracy as well for the Lions.
Excellent penetration back in the backfield. They were all over the quarterback.
So they'll make 4th and 15, ball at the 22-yard line. It's a punting situation. Zane Wooldridge lining up to receive the punt for the Lions back around the 30-yard line. Punting for the Rams, it's going to be number 9, Rodrigo Tamez. 4:11 and counting in the first quarter. Punt is in the air. It's a nice high punt. Wooldridge fields it, drops it at the 35, picks it up, cuts up to the 40, and is spun down around the 39 by a host of Rams. What do they call a bunch of Rams? A herd? That was a herd
clearly
of Rams.
a herd.
I mean, you got a pride of lions, right? You got a murder of ravens. What do they call a bunch of Rams? I guess it's a herd. There was a herd of them.
There was a herd.
So it'll be first down for Leander. Ball at the 39-yard line.
Good field position for starts.
Much better than the last possession, which resulted in a Lion touchdown. The Lions have trips here in the formation, although the offensive line in the backfield in the huddle. It looks like they're going to keep the trips here on the near side. Mitchell with a lot in the backfield. He drops the football. Looked like he was ready to cock it, to sling it, and he just drops it.
Slipped right out of his hand.
So he jumps down on it. It's going to be a loss. Consider it a sack. That's about a 6-yard loss.
Little insider information tells me that Coach Bailey was not too happy with some of the miscues last week on the offense.
Well, usually they're not, right? You leave points on the field, offensive coaches do not like that. The defensive coaches don't like your offense to leave points on the field because defense is a lot harder when the game's tight.
It is.
So Lott, the running back beside Mitchell. Again, trips here to the right. Mitchell rolls that direction. Tries to hit number 14, Aiden Parker, and he's unable to handle it. The closest Ram there is going to be number 8, and that's Richard Camposano.
Couldn't pull it in. It was a little behind him, but close enough for him to have an opportunity to catch it.
It's going to be
catch.
3rd and 16 now, and the Rams looking to get off the field and get their offense back out there. The Lions looking for a conversion here. This is not the area that even if you get 5 or 6 yards, 7, 8 yards, you're probably going to still
have to punt it. Yes. Especially when you have a punter like Rodriguez.
And it'll be Braden Lott in the backfield. Mitchell moves him to the left side. He'll drop straight back, looking down the middle, rolls to his right with pressure, tucks it to run, is stood up around the 35 and brought down by Perry McIntyre. Number 3, the defensive back for the Rams. It's going to be 4th and 11 for the Lions, and we'll see Rodriguez come out and put a toe in it.
Yes, he's a very good punter on top of being a good kicker.
He also is apparently a goalie in soccer.
He is, which was surprising when I learned that because of the way he kicks.
Well, the goalie's got to kick it out of there a lot.
True.
Most goalies play other positions before they settle into goal as well. Rodriguez back. He receives the snap, takes a couple of steps, and gets a nice one off. It's going to go a little bit on the sideline. It's going to bounce out of bounds. We'll see where the referee marks. It looks like it's about the 28, maybe the 30. And he's just going to keep on walking to about 32. It'll be 1st and 10 for Del Rio.
He was taking a trip the other direction.
Well, it's a tough angle up here in the press box to see where it goes out of bounds. Obviously, that guy there on the sideline. But even if you're on the sideline, I mean, you're guessing kind of.
Yes. But we give them the benefit of the doubt because they are down there in the moment.
Oh, they're also more skilled than us.
Oh, clearly.
Or we would be down there, right? Probably the one of the greatest thankless positions in all of sport, the official.
The official.
But
they
they're
have a
required.
thankless job.
Yeah, it is very necessary. Wing T formation, handoff straight ahead to the fullback, number 13. That's Hamad Musi. And he'll pick up a nice gain of about 8 yards make it 7 yards to the 39-yard line.
Number 29, Tyree Smith on the tackle.
Yeah, that's where they try that this offense. The goal of it is to soften the middle, and then you put your guys in the middle. Then they hit you with those outside pitches.
Yes.
But it's kind of a slow burn.
Yes.
And if you're not careful, you get behind quick against an offense like this. There's the snap. They'll hand the first man through again. He'll pick up the first down. Again, that's I think that was Moosey again.
Number 13 on the carry for the first down.
And it was. And he'll get it up to the 43-yard line.
Number 40, Segovia on the tackle there.
And you can tell that, and it's early, but as this game wears on, you're going to see that Del Rio line start really leaning. The lines are probably going to have to get into some substitutions and get some guys some playing time out there just to have fresh legs.
And when they're running an offense like this, first down is critical to slowing them down.
Ortiz under center. You got the wing T. They're going to fake to the fullback. Ortiz out on the right. Past midfield, he's going to be forced out of bounds by number 2, Zane Hughes. Or check that, that's number 2, Malachi Filan. I'm looking at the wrong roster. That's Ortiz, the quarterback, and the Rams in line territory now at the 42-yard line. We're about 53 seconds remaining in this quarter.
As you said, Chuck, it's condition them up the middle and then go to the outside.
Well, I mean, that's what you soften them, and then when they start bringing in and adjusting to that, then you hit them outside. It's pretty effective, especially when you're playing teams that aren't practiced against it.
Right.
So 1st and 10, Ortiz will take the snap. He'll pull to his left. He looks like he's going. He's got a running back ahead of him. He's going to step out of bounds at around the 31, number 7 there, Anthony Ugo on the stop. It looks like the quarterback kind of did a LeBron there a little bit, right? He was hoping to get a little extra 15 yards.
A little bit. It was, they're just playing.
I'll just say that
it's just a game.
LeBron would be proud.
LeBron would have gotten the flag.
Well, of course. Of course. First down and 10 for the Rams now at the 32-yard line. We're at 44 seconds remaining in the half. That stopped the clock, the ball going out of bounds. Ortiz remains the quarterback. He's got the wing T behind him. They'll bring one of the wings in motion. They'll hand to the fullback straight ahead, and that's Moosey again. He'll carry it up to around the 22. Stopped by number 31 for Leander, Jake Bridwell.
That first down's been a big down for Del Rio on this drive.
It's one of those famous football sayings, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. This offense predicated on getting positive yards. You start getting negative yards, you're not going to do very well with this offense. But if on first down you get 3, 5, 7 yards, you'll march right down the field in this offense.
Yes.
And we're seeing that in this drive. Rams have it 1st and 10 on the 22. Ortiz the quarterback. Wing T formation with the wing broken a little bit. They'll bring a guy in motion. That's number 26 coming in motion. We have a penalty flag down. That's Julius Neal. Oh, it was a timeout.
Timeout.
Who called timeout?
I think it was Leander.
I was going to say, because it looked like Del Rio was already getting their play in motion.
Actually, Chuck, it may have been the end of the quarter.
It probably was, because I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff.
End of the quarter.
Our producer did, though. He's on the ball. I didn't shout out the gold sponsors. Let me give that real quick here in the quarter break. Mercy Veterinary Hospital, online at mercy-vet.com. You can call to schedule your pet's appointment or vacation. at 512-890-2000. You're going out of town, look at Mercy Veterinary Hospital. The other gold sponsor is Rush Automotive, online at myrushauto.com/Leander. The number to schedule your appointment, 512-548-6134, or stop by their location at 2276 U.S. South Highway 183 in Leander. And if you happen to live in Bastrop or Round Rock, they have locations there as well. Yeah, I used to work in Round Rock, so I would use all kinds of businesses in Round Rock because it's just convenient.
We really appreciate our sponsors. They're what help us do the things that we do.
Right, and there were years when there weren't a ton of line sponsors.
Absolutely.
And they're starting to come back around. The Rams in their wing T formation. Ortiz, the quarterback, he'll take the snap. He'll keep the ball. He'll off to the right side. He got a nice little gain inside the 15 to about the 13, where he's met by Malachi Filan and a couple of other lines. But it's going to be 2nd and 2, and again, that first down, you get 5, 6, 7 yards. It makes it a lot easier in this offense.
It does. And we know Del Rio's going to run the ball.
That's all they've done. We saw one attempted pass, and what did it result in? A big sack and a punt. So they haven't put the ball in the air since, and they're marching down the field. We're at 11:22 remaining in the half. Lions on top, 7-0. Ortiz takes the snap. He'll keep it. He'll pitch to the pitchman, number 26. He's at the 10. He'll cut in around the 5. Nice gain there by Jules Neal. I didn't see who made the stop for the Lions, but it looks like it's number 29 on the stop, Tyree Smith, sophomore defensive back. It'll be 1st and goal for Del Rio, and it's a big moment here for the Lion defense.
Big moment. That was a play. He faked to the inside and out around the end.
That's where you soften them. You keep sending number 13, Hamad Musi. He runs real hard right up the middle. And everybody wants to get an arm on him, and then next thing you know, it's Jules on the outside. Ortiz under center now for the Rams will take the snap. He'll follow Musi up the middle. Ball looks like it may have scored out. No, it's a touchdown Rams. That's a keeper by the quarterback, Alicio Ortiz, and is now a 7-6 ball game with 10:32 remaining. And I'm not surprised.
No, not at all.
This team showed a lot of heart last year. The Lions had gotten up on them, and they came roaring back in the second half and took the lead.
Yes, they did. So not unexpected. We knew they were going to run the ball, and they're doing that here tonight as well.
Point after attempt being lined up. I believe that's going to be number 9, Tomez, to kick. Snap hold, the kick is up. And it looks like Tomez is good with that kick, and that's, of course, Ortiz with the hold. I'm never comfortable with the starting quarterback holding.
No, too many things could go wrong.
Well, I'm a Cowboy fan, so I lived through the Tony Romo Giant playoff game. I mean, you just don't do that. I mean, just the risk of injury is a whole other topic to discuss when it comes to special teams and your quarterback.
Unfortunately, if you're a Cowboys fan like we are, you never forget that play.
No. Just like I haven't forgotten the catch and a number of other heartbreaking moments in Cowboys history. You live and die by your teams. I've been a Lion, had kids come through the school, you too. You live and die by your teams, and the Lions have had some rough seasons in football.
They have. But, the last few years.
The program has turned a corner.
It has, in a lot of ways.
Yes. And not just on the field, which you see, but in, things like sponsors and volunteerism, participation by parents. You see more and more. I mean, we had kids that wouldn't, pay a player fee for a long time. Right. Those are being taken care of now. We can't even park close to the stadium anymore because the reserve parking space is being purchased by fans.
Yes.
So, squib kick. They don't want to kick it to Wooldridge, and nicely recovered for pretty good starting field position by Braden Lott. So the Lions will have it at, looks like the 31. No, they're going to put it at 29. It's hard to say. I'm trying to look at these referees on the sideline. It doesn't look like they really know. Looks like they're going to put it around the 28. Make it the 28.
Good starting position.
Good enough. It's about where they started in their last possession. Of course, they didn't do much with that possession. Mitchell, the quarterback, he'll bring Wooldridge in motion. Wooldridge will set up in the backfield. There's the snap. They'll hand to Wooldridge going right. He cuts up the middle, then back outside. He's at the 30, 35.
Got some blockers.
40, and he'll step out of bounds after picking up a first down at the 42-yard line.
Nice blocking out there by several Lions leading the way.
Yeah, he just kind of picked and moved his way along with the blockers.
And, he's so dynamic. If he can get that one open spot, he will get through it and be gone.
He's got good vision, too. He sees that lane, and he'll hit that hole fast. Handoff's going to go. Nope, not going to go to Lott. Pass into the flat intended for Wooldridge. And the only person that was close to that is a Del Rio Ram defender, and that was number 3, Perry McIntyre.
I think that he may have thrown it out of reach of everyone on purpose. Yeah. Yes,
trying to throw it away, and it almost got a hand on it. McIntyre.
Yeah, almost.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now for Leander as the offense looks to the sideline for instruction. There's the huddle. We'll break. We're going to have Lott in the backfield with Mitchell out of the huddle. Parker in motion. There's the snap. Fake to Lott. Mitchell goes to the right, and he's cut down in the backfield by number 23, Jacob Ortiz. And a big loss on the play there for the Lions of 6 yards. It's going to make it 3rd and 16 for Leander.
Tough third down coming up here.
The Lions converted a 16, 17-yard third down earlier in their scoring drive, and it really got the momentum going in that drive. We'll see what they can do here. Certainly not an area that you would think about going for it on 4th unless you get about 10 or 12, and
much
then you might consider it.
Midfield, and then maybe.
Lott, the running back, to the left. Mitchell takes the snap, fakes the Lott, looks to his left, rolls that direction, still looking downfield, lets one fly, intended for Wooldridge. He's got double coverage, and it's knocked down by Alan Dobbins also there. Luis Martinez, number 30, and it is now 4th down. The Lions will bring out the punting unit. With 9:25 remaining, the Rams are going to have the ball back, and that's pretty quick.
That's
the
too
defense
quick.
Didn't get a ton of rest.
No, they didn't. That was a really quick turnaround. Would have been a tough catch by Woolridge.
Back to receive for Del Rio, number 2.
Yep, back for the Lions is Malachi Filan. Rodriguez will take the snap. Gets off a decent punt. It's going to bounce around the 39. It would be fielded at the 18 to the 30, and out of bounds at the 38 is number 2, Zane Hughes.
Good field position.
Yeah, I mean, with that offense, you get a half a field. That's what you want.
That is what you want. Now, Lions need to take the opportunity to see what they can do on first down. We have an official issue down there on the field.
There is some discussion. It looks like we have coaches out on the field as well from both teams. Coach Price out there.
We have the trainer too. Though,
yeah, we might have an injured official. As there's a little bit of discussion out there. It is hot, and one of the things you want to watch for is the heat exhaustion, which leads to heat stroke, which can kill you.
Absolutely, and it is hot down there.
It is, and the game was delayed 30 minutes to try to help with that, but it's not a significant amount. And if, as you know, because you live around here, it's hot.
So
midnight.
Hot. It is. So, I think it was around 100 degrees when we started this evening.
Well, and I've checked the temperature 9:30, 10 o'clock in the last few weeks, and it's 97. It's not like it drops off a ton until the wee hours of the morning. So coming out in the wing tee, they'll bring a man in motion. They'll hand to number 13 straight ahead, Hamad Musi.
Just what we needed.
Up to the challenge. There's a whole pride of them able to make the stop, led by Tyler Witt, number 92. No gain on the play. It's going to make it 2nd down and 10 with 8:53 and counting in the half.
Good first down defense there.
Well, and again, you want to put this offense in down and long distance situations.
Yes.
So 2nd and 10 is much better than 2nd and 3.
Yes, it is.
So they'll come up in the wing. They send a man in motion. They'll hand it straight ahead again to Musey. Again, trying to soften that middle. Getting up off the bottom of the piles, number 15 for the Lions, Caleb Watts. There is a penalty flag down in the backfield.
Maybe holding.
Usually it could be a hold. So they usually stop the play on that.
Usually so, yes. But we'll take it.
Well, they'll mark off 5. They may have intended and tried to stop the play, but the players didn't
hear
stop
the
their action. So the ball now at the 32. It's going to be 2nd and 15 for Del Rio, which is even better than 2nd and 10.
Even better.
Because in these situations, you almost have to try to pull out a pass play, which you probably only have 3 or 5 of them in that.
Probably
that
so.
And a couple of them are probably trick plays.
Yes. This is a big down for the Lions.
Could be a trick play opportunity play.
It's a good place in the field for a play like that.
They're going to hand straight ahead instead. Again, trying to soften the middle. The Lions up to the challenge there. Bill Felt and number 21, Jacob Bailey, getting up off the bottom of the pile. Big 99, the sophomore defensive lineman, Caleb Bielfeldt, getting a little bit of play out there. He's over on the end.
Big 3rd down here, Chuck.
A big opportunity for the Lion defense to get off the field in a few plays, and they'll give them plenty of rest heading into the halftime if the Lions can force a punt here and get a long, methodical drive. Ortiz rolling, tries to air it out, just throws it up for grabs, intended for number 6. It's going to fall incomplete. That's Alan Dobbins there on the coverage for Leander, number 29, Tyree Smith. So it's now 4th and 12.
4th and 12. Good coverage on that play, but also good penetration by the defense, putting some pressure on the quarterback.
And that's what happens. You force this offense. As soon as that quarterback drops back to pass, pin your ears back and go as the defensive lineman. Wooldridge back deep. He's pretty deep around the 25-yard line. There's the snap. Thomas has somebody gets a hand on it, or it's off the side of his foot, and it's going to bounce out of bounds around the 41. It'll be 1st and 10 with great field position.
Great field position.
You stick around for halftime and about 7 minutes of game time, which will probably be about 20, 25 minutes of clock time. But we're going to bring you the homecoming court ceremony as well as the Lion Band while everyone takes a break and we try to figure out.
Good starting position here at the 43.
Braden Lott, the running back. We've got 2 receivers on either side of the formation for Leander. It's a typical pistol with the running back to the side of Mitchell. He'll fake to Lott and carry to his left. He gets outside to midfield almost. He's going to be forced out of bounds by number 3, Perry McIntyre.
Nice pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, you like that. That's a good 6-yard gain. He's going to bring up 2nd and 4 for the Lions.
Anything positive. Looking for something positive.
Well, and you want to burn as much of that clock here in the first half as you can and come out with points. Mitchell and Lott in the backfield. They'll hand a Lott. He'll run behind his tackle over midfield. Breaks a tackle at the 40, 35. Breaks another tackle. He's at the 20, inside the 20 to about the 16. What a run by Braden Lott. And that's really the first carry he's had tonight.
And he broke a couple of tackles. He had some good blocking out there to help him as well.
Yeah, had his left tackle, number 76, out there just pancaking somebody. That's Jacob Wells, the big sophomore, with a block. 1st and 10. Mitchell brings Wooldridge in motion. There's a snap. They hand it to Hargrave. Hargrave straight ahead off left tackle. He'll carry for about a yard. 2nd down and 9. There on the stop for the Rams, Perry McIntyre.
You know, that last play is also a good example of the receivers getting engaged with blocking, and I know that the coaching staff is stressed blocking by the receivers and how that can be beneficial in so many ways.
It's the one way to get on the field if you're
Yes,
a good
it
blocker
is.
as a receiver. Hargrave, the running back, they bring Wooldridge into the backfield as well, and they'll hand to Wooldridge. He'll run behind Hargrave to the right. He's up near the 10, cuts out. He's going to be spun down near the first down by number 6, Alan Dobbins. It's going to be third and about a yard, maybe 2. Make it 2 yards for the Lions.
Inside the 10.
They got to get just outside the 8, and they're just inside the 10, so it's about a yard and a half. We'll see what they do here. Obviously, you're in Rodriguez field goal range, but you don't want a field goal.
No.
Lott, the running back to the left, 2 receivers either side of the formation. Wooldridge in motion. There's a snap, handoff to Lott. He'll cut back. He's up over the 5, breaks it out. Touchdown, Lions.
Great
Braden
run.
Lott, number 35, with his second carry of the evening, and it's a touchdown for Leander.
Nice run.
Score now 13-7 as the Lions take the lead back. Point after attempt coming up. Ivan the Leg Rodriguez coming to do the honors.
You know, this Lion team is full of young players with incredible potential.
Lot of experience being gained this year. There's a snap hold. Rodriguez kick is up, and it's good. It is now 14-7 with 5 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the half. It scored a little bit faster than I would have preferred, but hey, you can't just turn down yards.
No,
right?
we'll take it. A couple of really nice runs there on that drive by Lott.
We have a really good crowd here tonight. You know, the Lions have improved crowd-wise over the last few seasons. And of course, homecoming's always a big draw.
It is, but the involvement, the community involvement, the parent involvement, it has really picked up.
I missed the homecoming parade. You obviously saw it. What did you see there?
Well, I don't know if you know this, but we had a problem due to the heat, and so we actually had to have the floats out in front of the school.
Oh, so it wasn't as much of a parade.
It was not, but the floats were there. They threw out candy. The homecoming court, marched onto the field through the run-through. It was still a really good time. Good pep rally.
Well, Hughes and Dobbins back deep to receive for the Del Rio Rams. Ivan Rodriguez to kick for Leander. Probably trying to keep it away from Hughes, but Dobbins and Hughes are going to stay in the middle until he decides where he's going to keep it.
That's right.
It is a high kick to the middle of the field. It's going to be Dobbins this time. He's going to carry it out of the end zone. Cuts to at the 15. He's up to the 20, 25, 30. Forced out of bounds around the 30-yard line.
Morrow there to force him out of bounds.
Yep, Joseph Morrow. That's a little bit more of a return than you would like. It certainly sets the Del Rio Rams up pretty nicely with 5 minutes. It's plenty of time, even with the methodical running offense, to get down the field and get points. You know, they've shown that they've got a pretty good kicker as well, and Rodrigo Tamez. So we'll see if they try to settle for a field goal if they get down in range, or if they're going to try to get a touchdown. Obviously, they want a touchdown.
Now, Chuck, I don't know if there was a penalty on the play, but they moved the ball back 10 yards.
We'll assume there was a hold. Ball is going to be first. I wasn't watching. So ball first and 10 at the 30.
I didn't see a flag. That was the...
And they'll pitch it out.
Good defense.
Nice defense there on the edge. Number 26 for the Lions. Calvin Kessler's had quite a season defensively for the Lions early. Drops the running back for a loss of 6. And I believe that was Hughes.
That's what you want on first down as a defense.
Especially against this offense, because you force them to try to throw the football. 4 minutes, 36 seconds and counting here in the half. The Rams in their huddle. Ortiz, the quarterback, he's got a wing formation. They'll bring Hughes in motion. They'll hand to Musey straight ahead. He's going to get dragged down after a gain of a couple. That is number 4 for the Lions, Nicholas Parsons.
Got a flag down. False start.
Well, Parsons won't get credit for that tackle, but he made it nonetheless.
He did. It was good defense, but we'll take the 5-yard penalty.
It'll still be second down ball now at the 19. The Rams got to negotiate 21 yards just for a first down now.
That's tough.
And they will huddle and pull out that 2nd and 21 play that they have in the playbook. Everybody's got a 2nd and 21. Wing T formation, Ortiz under center for the Rams. They'll send a man in motion. They'll hand to Musey straight ahead, and he's met there immediately by a couple of lines, Kessler and number 4, Nick Parsons.
Timeout, Leander.
Yeah, the Lions looking to get more points before halftime, so they'll stop the clock here as we head to third down with 3:55, and it's 3rd and 20. A long way to go. Well, it's actually 3rd and 19, so
great opportunity for the Lions if they can stop them here, get the ball back, plenty of time.
Yeah, it makes a big difference in what you're going to do in the second half if you
does.
get more points here heading into the half.
Yes, and with a kicker like Rodriguez, field position's everything.
Well, and the Rams are going to get the ball to start the second half, so you definitely don't want to give them any points here closing the first half, and if you can build a little bit of a lead, then that's what you want to do.
Exactly.
We turn the crowd mic down sometimes when they start playing licensed music because YouTube sometimes will give you a license.
They don't appreciate that, so we try to do our part.
All right, out of the timeout, lined up. 3rd down and long. Ortiz fakes, rolls to his right. He's got a nice room there. He's going to get up over the 35.
Nice hit.
He was, 3 or 4 yards away from negotiating a first down. Great run there, but it was a good hit by Michael Segovia. And it'll stop the Rams 2 yards shy of the line needed. And so decision time if you're Del Rio. Do you go for it here on 4th and 2 or do you punt it away?
Well, you're going to get the ball back, so it's really a tough call.
Yeah, they're going to
really
call a timeout,
call.
it looks like. We'll see who called it. It looks like Del Rio. Or it's potentially an injury timeout as there is a player that was kneeling down. And it looks like that may be the case as the Rams come running back on the field. Well, there's confusion as the water girl's out on the field. Now they're back off. So it's 4th and 2. The Rams look like they're going to come out in their offense and at the very least try to draw the defense off sides because it'll give you a first down. 3:28 remaining in this half. Rams will break the huddle.
Play.
It is huge. Ortiz, the quarterback. Waiting on the whistle from the referees. And there it is. Play clock moving now. Ortiz under center. They're going to hand straight ahead to Musey, and he's able to dig his feet forward for the first down to the 41 for the Rams.
Wow.
The Lions had initially stopped his progress, but you churn them legs. There's a reason you play fullback, and it's because you can drive your feet.
And then you add a couple offensive linemen behind that to help push forward, and that extra
and as
yard.
long as they don't pull the running back, you can push the running back. So we saw that. You see that in the NFL. You've seen it in college. The Eagles made a living off of that last season.
Very successfully.
So 1st and 10 for the Rams with 3:08. Ortiz under center still for Del Rio. He'll hand to Musey again straight ahead, and he'll get stacked up by a whole pride of lines led by Kessler. And the Lions need to be careful there as Musey kind of slung down. That sometimes can result in a penalty. Jacob Bailey there. I didn't hear the whistle.
I see Coach having a conversation with him.
Yeah, you want to make sure you don't give Del Rio an additional 15 yards. Not only does it move them close to within field goal range, it gives them momentum.
Yes, and we don't need that. It was a good stop on defense. Gain of 2.
Okay, it looks like no flag call, so it'll be 3rd down now from the 43-yard line, so they need to get about 8 yards. The Lions will take a timeout and discuss it. And we'll mention the gold sponsors one last time. Gold sponsors, Mercy Veterinary Hospital, online at mercy-vet.com or call 512-890-2000. They're privately owned. They have a 15,000 square foot facility. It's state of the art. It's got animal veterinary practice and luxury pet resort. That's right. You can take them for treatments, or if you're going out of town, you can leave your pet there, and they'll take care of that pet for you.
And our pets are very important to us, and
especially when our kids grow up and move out.
Oh, yes.
Believe me, I know from experience.
That pet sitter is gone, the built-in pet sitter.
We usually take ours with us now. So myrushauto.com/Leander is Rush Automotive, the other gold sponsor. You can reach them 512-548-6134. That's 512-548-6134. So 2nd and 8 here for the Rams. Ortiz under center. He'll take the snap. Fake to Busey. He's got a man trailing him. The Lions force him out of bounds. That's number 33 on the stop. The Lions.
Good defense.
Yeah, but you got to be careful. That tackle happened real close.
But
to out of bounds. That's Matthew Heald on the pursuit and the tackle.
I think he may have lost a yard on that.
He did. It's 3rd and 9 now for Del Rio. He was forced to string that out by Matthew Heald, and Heald was like, I'm not going to do all this running and not make a tackle. You just got to be careful once you get close to that sideline. You don't want them to throw a flag, and that's two kind of close plays in a row, and so you'll know the referees are really
paying attention.
They're going to pull that flag out and throw it here in a
You
second.
can be sure the Del Rio coaches are letting the officials know.
I would be. Ortiz drops straight back. He's going to fling it down the left sideline. The offensive player was able to push off and make the catch. He's into 5, touchdown. That's number 6, Allen Dobbins. No flag on the play. Coverage there by the Lions, number 29, Tyree Smith, and it's a touchdown, Del Rio, and it's now 14-13 with 2:37. And remember, Del Rio gets the ball back.
They do. You know, that is the same pass play that they have run already a couple of times.
Well, like I told
you,
that's the first one they've completed.
Yes.
But like I told you, this kind of offense only has a handful of plays that are passing. My favorite one is to make it look like you're running the option and release that tight end, because usually the safeties are coming up and that tight end is running down the middle of the field wide open. Hopefully the Lions are prepared for that type of play. Point after attempt coming up.
We do have a sideline warning on Del Rio. That is on Del Rio.
Sideline warning. So the next time, that's a 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty.
Usually what happens and what causes that is one of the coaches gets a little bit too far out on the field. When the referees run down the sideline, he bumps into the coach.
Yes.
When I coached, point after is up and good. When I coached youth football, they would throw elbows intentionally if you were standing in that white part of the middle of the field, because they'd warn you a couple of times.
Absolutely.
And then they'd come running by with that elbow. Try to chicken wing you down the sideline. You don't really want that. They're not going to do that at this level, but you don't want to run. They'll throw the flag.
They're letting you know.
So the Lions still have enough time here to go down and get another score, 2:37, but it's a small enough amount of time that you can ill afford any mistakes.
No mistakes, but move the ball, even an opportunity potentially to kick a field goal with field position.
So kicking off, it's going to be Tamez for Del Rio. He kicked one deep, and he kicked a little bit of a squibber.
Yes.
So we'll see what he does here. We'll see what the Lions can do. Braden Lott was able to field that squib kick. They're trying to avoid kicking it deep to Wooldridge or Montgomery. Both dangerous with the football.
And Isaac Montgomery back for Leander.
Whistle is ready, and we have a late addition to the Del Rio lineup. And then we've got referees pointing all over the place. I'm not sure what's going on. They're moving the...
Oh, they set it up at the wrong...
Yeah. They set up the 30. It's not the NFL. We got set up to 40. I didn't even realize it.
And the official didn't move the ball. The Del Rio kicker moved the tee and the ball for them.
They got it right on the line. That's all you really need to do, right?
And the Lion player had to point that out to him.
And the kick is deep, and it's going to be fielded by Montgomery. He's at the 20, 25. He'll cut at the 30, comes back this way, cuts up 35, trying to get outside. He's at the 40. He gets tripped up around the 46-yard line. That's number 1, Ethan Vasquez, that really saved that from getting really deep into Del Rio territory. I mean, at least the 45-40.
At least. Excellent return, though. Way out to the, what does it appear to be, the 46?
Yeah, I bet Del Rio squibs the rest of the game. Just a guess.
The kick return team for Leander has it's been incredible the past season and a half.
It's been a weapon for sure. Lott, the running back. Wooldridge comes into the backfield with Mitchell. They'll hand to Wooldridge coming this way. He'll cut up at the midfield, 45-40, 35. They're not going to catch him. 20, 10, 5, touchdown lines. And just like that, the Lions are back on top.
Good block on the outside by the receiver, and no one touched him.
I didn't see which receiver that was, but we saw him cut up behind left tackle, and he cut up again right around midfield, and like you said, nobody was going to catch him.
No one was going to catch him.
So now 20-14, only about 30 seconds off the clock there for that drive for the Lions. We're at 2:13 remaining, point after attempt coming up for Rodriguez. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good, and Rodriguez still perfect on the season.
Well, Chuck, I'm going to have to excuse myself and go do some dad duties down there on the field, halftime, and then I'll be back.
So we'll just let our student here take over the color commentary.
Stand up.
Yeah, that's fine. So, real quick mention of the silver sponsors, and then we'll get back to action. The silver sponsors include Leander Athletic Club online, leanderathleticClub.com. Lott Governmental Affairs, you can find them on the apps of LinkedIn and Facebook. You got governmental affairs. You need to deal with environmental issues. Reach out to Lott Governmental Affairs LLC, and of course RDZ Roofing online at rdzroofing.com or 512-316-1195 to get your roof inspected, your insurance negotiated with, and the work done on a quality level. Rodriguez to kick off now, 21-14. Leander on top of the Del Rio Rams. 2:13 remaining. You think he's going to kick it out of the end zone?
Hopefully.
What would you do? Boot it all the way?
Yeah.
Do you play soccer?
No. I used to play soccer.
You used to play. Do you know Ivan?
I know he's our kicker.
So Rodriguez will kick it like a poocher. It's going to be fielded by number 24, and he'll kneel it at the 18-yard line. Probably should have ran up, but his coaches told him to get on the ground. That's Damian Bagneschi. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from the 19. What do you run here if you're calling offensive plays?
Ooh,
you stick with the wing tee and
Probably.
just try to keep running your offense. And the benefit, obviously, is if you're Del Rio, you know, if you can just get through this half, even if you're down 7, you get the ball back to open the third.
Get another chance. I have a feeling they're going to run the ball. What do you think?
Probably. They're probably going to hand it to the fullback straight ahead. I think we've seen about 75% of their offensive plays have been that.
Yeah.
Ortiz under center. He'll take the snap, and he'll fake it to Busey, and he'll keep it off the edge. He's forced out of bounds after a nice gain over the 30 to about the 33. Stop made by Malachi Filan. And they're going to give him 6 yards on the carry. No, make it 8 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 2. Down to 2:05. The fact that Ortiz was able to get out of bounds stops the clock, and that's a benefit in this offense because, you know, a lot of offenses that throw the ball a lot are going to throw, if it's an incompletion, stops the clock, right? If you run the ball, it doesn't stop the clock unless you get out of On first down, you lose a couple of yards or you gain nothing, then you're kind of behind the chains. And if you don't have a lot of pass plays, that could cost you. We've seen one good one from Del Rio so far tonight. Ortiz takes the snap, drops straight back, looking to throw. He's going to have to run up. He's pointing downfield. He airs it out, knocked down.
Nice.
We're going to be a late flag here. That's probably a questionable flag. Calvin Kessler there defensively, and I agree with you. I think that was a good play.
Very good read on that.
He broke on the ball, and maybe he had an arm on his back, and that's what.
Interference, number 26.
So they will call Kessler for interference, and Coach Price right there just arguing with the referee.
I see that a lot nowadays.
He's become really passionate out there on the field.
I like to see that, though.
Me too.
I like that it's not just me screaming at him.
Well, and if you're in the stands, you could do all kinds of screaming. But hit by Allender, steps up in the pocket, finds a man open, and he's going to break the first tackle. That's Zane.
Oof.
Oh, and he cuts out to the outside. He's going to score. That's Zane Hughes with the touchdown for Del Rio with a minute left. And just like that, it's 21-20. And so we may be going into halftime tied as we've been talking about Del Rio's offense. Run this, run that, run this. We've seen a couple of pretty good pass plays.
Yeah, that corner. I mean, that receiver was like just straight up wide open, had like everywhere to go.
And he's too fast to leave in space like that.
Exactly. I got to stay on him unless they're. I don't know if they're playing zone or man, because if they're playing man, that guy should be right on him.
Some of them fast guys, hard to stay on them. There's
Very
a
true.
snap hold, and the kick is up. Point after is good, and we are knotted at 21. The referees run up there. They see a little bit of extracurriculars, and they make sure that gets cleared up quickly. So the Lions only have about a minute 3, but, if you got a minute left, I'd rather be running the Lions offense than the Del Rio offense because you can navigate a little better with that passing attack. But we've seen the Lions run the ball quite a bit tonight. So we'll see what they have here. We'll see what Del Rio decides to do. As we've seen when they kick it deep, the Lions get pretty good field position.
Second it goes to Zane, it's like 30, 40 yards.
Right.
And then let's not do that.
They showed they kicked it over to Montgomery this last time, and he's a freshman, and he took it out to almost midfield. So he'll be back deep with Zane Wooldridge. The two up backs they're nearby in case it's a shorter kick are E.J. Hargrave and Malachi Filan. Tomez to kick for Del Rio. We'll see what he does here. And they actually set the kickoff line of scrimmage in the appropriate spot at the 40 instead of the 35 this time.
Well, that's good.
Well, there's the kick, and it is a deep one. It's going to be fielded by Montgomery around the 12. He's at the 20, 25, 30. He's in the open 40. He's got to the outside midfield, cuts up 45, 40. He's going to get dragged down inside Ram territory at the 40.
Amazing job finding the gap, just instant.
Yeah, number 81 there on the stop. And that was great vision by Montgomery. David Rodriguez able to get the stop for Del Rio. And the good thing here is even if you don't get a touchdown, you have Ivan Rodriguez. You just really need to get around the 20, 25-yard line to give him an opportunity to make a field goal. But you obviously want a touchdown, always.
Oh, of course, yeah. You got 3 seconds, then you can go kick a field goal.
Yeah, the only time you really want to lean on a field goal is when it's to win the game.
Of course, because you never know what's going to happen if you try to pass it or run it, because stuff like that happened last week. I mean, I don't know about that.
Right, well, and that's just it. All it takes is a ball carrier carrying the ball a little loosely. It'll pop out. It's hot. It's sweaty. The ball can slip out. Mitchell will hand it to Lott. He'll carry up over the 40 to the 36 for a gain of about 4. Number 86 for the Rams on the stop. I don't have a roster name for him. Make that 85 on the tackle. Ramos. Mitchell
is
looking
wide.
to throw.
Ooh.
Intended for number 14, Aiden Parker. And as tall as Aiden Parker is, he's about 6'3", 6'4". You can't catch that. Shaq wouldn't have caught that
I'm
one.
not jumping that high.
Third down at 6.
So it is 3rd and 6. The good thing about the incompletion, it stops the clock with 29 seconds. You've got 2 plays to navigate, get a first down. That'll get you into field goal range because it's a little bit long for a field goal here. So if you don't convert, you likely go for it on 4th.
Yeah, we can definitely send it if we get close enough. Because I know Ivan can kick really far. And he can kick real good.
In motion, they fake to Parker.
Ooh, nice play.
Flip it into the flat
Nice.
a lot. He makes a tackler miss, carries it for the first down inside
Good
the
job.
30 to about the 27. That'll stop the clock momentarily. Lions only have 1 timeout left. 21 seconds remaining in the half. The Lions lining up. Clock moving down to 16, and there's the spike by Logan Mitchell, and that'll stop the clock with I saw 12 seconds. The clock kept moving. We'll see what they put it back to, but it looked like at least 12 seconds remaining here in the half. It'll be 2nd and 10, ball at the 27-yard line. Now, you think the Lions are probably going to pass in this situation.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Del Rio hasn't gotten a ton of pressure on Logan Mitchell. What do you do defensively here? Do you bring a blitz, or because you bring a blitz that often leaves a little area of the field open?
Very true, very true. Because they're too busy blitzing, and then they have the whole other area open, and then next thing you know, he's running the ball, and then nobody's there.
Well, and the Lions' offensive line has played really well tonight.
Oh,
so
yes. Very good.
they've kept Logan Mitchell pretty clean in terms of quarterbacks. Now, of course, on the turf you don't get that dirty anyway. But
Very true, very true. Grass field is, oh my gosh, it's so much worse.
we didn't even have turf when I played. So it's at complete
Right to Aiden Parker.
to Parker. He's
Ooh,
inside
nice,
the 15.
AP.
Breaks a tackle
Good job,
inside
AP.
the 10, gets out of bounds with 13 seconds left. And that is down to the 7. So 1st and goal Lions here. They got enough time to get at least one offensive play. They still have a timeout. So if they don't get a touchdown here, they can stop the clock and attempt a field goal.
That's probably what I would do in this situation because
Throw it into the end zone, right?
Yeah, because we tried that last time, and then I couldn't see because I was really far off on the side, but looked like there was like 800 guys guarding one of my receivers. I'm like, that's not gonna work. No,
Yeah,
don't do it.
those kind of plays don't work. Then when everybody is covering Zane Woolridge, you got to throw it to somebody else, right?
Exactly.
So you got twins on either side of the formation. The running back is number 24, E.J. Hargrave.
Let's see. I'll
Mitchell
pass it to AP again if he's on here.
brings Wooldridge in motion back into the backfield. There's the snap. They fake to Wooldridge,
nice.
looking on the left side, down the middle. Now he pump fakes, then flips it out near the corner of the end zone for Hargrave, and
Good
that's
work,
the
good
end of the half. We have a flag down, though.
Oh, boy.
If
What is
that's
it
a
this time?
defensive penalty, you can't end the half defensively.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see
Hopefully.
what the call is.
I sure hope so.
Because, yeah, the time ran out as Mitchell took too long to get rid of that football.
Illegal blindside block, number 61
It's against the
on
line,
offense.
so that'll end the half.
Penalties accepted. We'll have one more play.
They're not going to accept the penalty
No.
because that'll give the Lions another chance with the ball.
Penalty is declined. That's halftime.
So we'll go to halftime tied, 21-all. Stay with us here at half as we'll bring you the halftime show. We'll be right back for the second half.
Coming down, center of the field, Ryan Del Rio, the award-winning team, City Bell. The Bells are under the direction of Nicole Fuentes.
Allen. Lieutenant Alyssa Martinez. Lieutenant Kayla Castro. Lieutenant Destiny Alvarado. Lieutenant Valentina Vasquez. Co-Captain Larissa Rosas. And Captain Mariana Peña. Social Officer Natalia Quintero. And Carolina Aguilar. Belle of the Week, Alondra Martinez. The Bells will be performing a high kick routine to Thunderstruck.
ladies and gentlemen, taking the field for your halftime entertainment are your Leander High School Bluebells and Sapphires Performance Company. The Bluebells and Sapphires are under the direction of Ashley Williams and Lupe Garcia. The Bluebells would like to thank their incredible alumni for coming out to support them tonight. We are so grateful you're here to help us celebrate 51 years of Bluebells. Congratulations to Teacher of the Week, Coach Price. The Bluebells are led by Captain Alex Schiller. First Lieutenant, Holly Hager. Second Lieutenants, Jessica Egglesey, Marisol Hernandez, and Claire Smith. Head Company Leader, Riley Kassler. Company Leaders, Gabby Ahrens, Ella Bowman, Jocelyn Jew, and Mackenzie Cady. Congratulations to the Bluebell of the Week, Senior Member at Large, Adriana Land. Every week, the Bluebells nominate a teammate who has shown exemplary acts of love and compassion to receive the Be Kind, Be a Bell Award. Congratulations to Alyssa Ratliff. The Sapphires are led by Captain Claire Chinchilla. Company leaders, Sophia Clapp and Sophia Jones. Congratulations to the Sapphires of the Week, Reese Hamilton and Janelle Jones. Along with the amazing Leander Marching Band, here are your Bluebells and Sapphires performing a prom routine choreographed by Captain Alex Schiller. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it once again for the incredible Leander High School Bluebells and Sapphires. The Bluebells are excited to host their first ever Little Bells experience on September 29th. Open to dancers ages kinder to 5th grade. Join the Bluebells at a Friday night football game as a Little Bell. More information can be found at lhsbluebells.com/littlebells. And finally, the Bluebells and Sapphires would like to give a heartfelt thank you to their amazing parents, the Leander High School administration, and the unconditional support of the incredible Leander High School Marching Band, led by Ryan Cerna, and the Leander High School football program led by Coach Chris Price. Enjoy the rest of the game, and let's keep the excitement alive. Roll Pride!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 2023 homecoming coronation presentation. At this time, we're pleased to introduce to you our 2023 Leander High School homecoming court, starting with your freshmen Duchess and Duke. Freshman Duchess is Yasmin Cedillo, daughter of Yumari Cedillo and Daniel Cedillo. Yasmin is escorted by her father Daniel. Yasmin is a member of the Leander volleyball team. When not at school or playing volleyball, she enjoys running and reading. Yasmin's future plans include attending Texas A&M and studying law. Freshman Duke Chase Burrows, son of Kristen and Roger Burrows. Tonight, Chase is escorted by his mother, Kristen. Chase is an active member of Lion football and wrestling teams. Outside of school, Chase volunteers at the Reveal Resource Center and enjoys hanging out with his friends. In the future, he hopes to play college football while studying broadcasting. Sophomore Duchess Holly Baker, escorted by her parents, Erica and Angel Baker. Holly is a member of the Lady Lions volleyball and track programs, as well as a member of the varsity choir. When not at school, Holly enjoys watching movies and listening to music. After high school, she plans on attending college. Junior Duchess Josie Heermans. Tonight, Josie is escorted by her mother, Gigi Heermans. Josie is a member of the varsity volleyball and track program, as well as Leander Theater. Outside of school, she's active with her Methodist youth group and enjoys thrifting. She plans to attend college in Colorado. Senior Princess Lisa Kano. Tonight, Lisa is escorted by her parents, Sabrina and Martin Kano. Lisa is a member of PALS. Away from school, she volunteers for Special Olympics and enjoys shopping, dancing, and traveling. She plans to major in psychology and work toward a master's degree in counseling. Senior Prince Langston Brady. Escorted by his parents, Donnell and Richard. Langston is a member of the Lions football program. When not at school, he enjoys spending time with friends and participating in his church youth group and community choir. After high school, Langston will be completing a 2-year mission trip for his church before attending college. Senior Princess Maria Frazier, escorted by her parents, Danielle and Kyle Frazier. Maria is a member of the National Honor Society and the Lady Lions soccer team. Away from school, she enjoys art, writing, and making jewelry. She plans on studying political science in college and continuing to play soccer. Senior Prince Gabriel Lescano, escorted by his parents, Alberta Nieto and Gabriel Lescano Sr. Gabe is a member of NHS, HOSA, Mu Alpha Theta, and the Leander Band. He also enjoys working on cars, lifting weights. Gabe's future plans include attending the University of Texas at Austin with a major in finance. Senior Princess Emily Jensen, escorted by her parents Robin and Anthony Jensen. Emily is a member of the Lions tennis program, PALS, and the student council. She's also active with her church youth group and enjoys playing pickleball and being with people she loves. Emily hopes to attend college at BYU. Senior Prince Joseph Morrow, son of Tisha and Joe Morrow. Tonight, Joseph is escorted by his father, Joe, and his grandmother, Patricia Morrow. Joseph is a member of the Lion football and track programs and enjoys playing video games. His future plans include attending Texas A&M and studying finance. Senior Princess Sharina Payne, escorted by her parents, Lydell and David Payne. Serena is an IB student as well as a member of the NHS, Mu Alpha Theta, and the Leander Band. When not at school, she enjoys playing the oboe, French horn, as well as reading. Her future plans include attending university to study music, management, and data science. Senior Princess Sean McCall. Senior Prince Sean McCall, escorted by his parents Stacy and Richard McCall. Sean's a member of the Leander Theater Program, Thespians, HOSA, and the Varsity Choir. When not at school, he enjoys skiing, rollerblading, and reading. He hopes to attend college and major in political science with a future in politics. Senior Princess Emily Young. Senior Princess Emily Young, escorted by her parents Nancy and Tom Young. Emily plays varsity tennis and is a member of NTHS, Key Club, and HOSA. When not at school, she enjoys painting and pickleball, and music, hiking, art, and baking. Her future plans include attending either Boston College or UT Austin and becoming a dermatologist. Junior Duke Blake Butler, escorted by his parents Kristen and Matt Butler. Blake is a member of both the Lions football and track teams, enjoys drawing and working out when not in school. After high school, he plans on attending college. Senior Prince Jojo Tafase, son of Lucy and Francis Tafase. Tonight, Jojo is escorted by his mother Lucy. Joseph is a member of the Lion football program as well as HOSA. When not at school, he enjoys playing basketball and lifting weights. His future plans include attending college. Let's give a round of applause to all of our 2023 homecoming court. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. Our homecoming court king and queen. The homecoming queen is Lisa Cano. And your homecoming king is Joseph Morrow. Homecoming court. We'd like to thank the student council, their sponsors, our high school principal Chris Simpson, as well as the administration of Leander High School. We want to thank all the LHS marching band, color guard, Blue Bells, and all of the directors.
Welcome back to the second half of tonight's ball game between the Del Rio Rams and your Leander Lions. Tied at 21. I didn't see who won the homecoming. I know they just announced it. I guess you guys at home have that information. I guess it's not super important, huh?
No.
What's important is coming out of this with a W, and the Lions have to kick it away to the Del Rio Rams, and so they'll be relying on their offense to get a stop here shortly.
Yeah, I mean, homecoming king, queen, whatever. I mean, all that really matters is who wins this game, because that's what we're here to see.
It makes the homecoming dance a lot sweeter if you're coming off a win. Now, the homecoming dance is tomorrow night, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when back in the day when I used to play, they would have the dance after the game. So
right
we'd
after?
we'd have like an hour of the dance, and then that was it. Because by the time you got done with the game, showered, got ready to go, your date was already dancing with 3 or 4 other people. So,
ugh. No, thank you.
Yeah. So the Lions grouping up here on the near sideline around the 40. That's the kickoff unit. We're going to bring you the remaining of tonight's action. You can, as long as YouTube doesn't block it from some kind of copyright infringement strike from the band or the PA, you should be able to watch this game on repeat through the weekend and beyond. Of course, the band always comes out and plays this jam. I know it has a name, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't think I ever will know.
I always like it, though. And the student section, pretty rowdy here at Leander High School. Rodriguez getting ready to kick off for the Lions.
What do you think it's going to hit? You think it's going to hit the end zone right here?
I think he'll kick it out of the end zone. Back deep, though, for Del Rio, and we've seen him return it out deep from inside the end zone is number 6 Dobbins along with Zane Hughes, and it's an onside kick attempt. Looks like it may have been recovered by Del Rio right at midfield, and the Lions looks like there's a penalty flag. So it'll. The good thing about that flag is the Lions were offside, so that means they'll get to kick again.
Redo that, please.
Now, I'm not sure you can decline a motion penalty on a special team. I think that we'll see here. There's a little bit of discussion. The flag sitting on the field near the 40-yard line. You see it in the lower left of your stream. The band's still down there jamming it out. Oh, they're just going to add on 5 yards, so that'll put the ball in line territory at the 45. I was hopeful, but
yeah,
obviously they're not going to give you a little bit of a second chance, so to speak, if you make a mistake. And the Lions tried to get an onside there, and the Rams break the huddle. 1st and 10 in line territory to open the half. Ortiz under center in that wing formation. He's going to keep it to the right. He'll get by Segovia, and he'll get tackled after a gain. Oh, ball's out.
Oh, nice.
Segovia almost had a chance to recover the fumble. Looks like the referees are going to give the gain for Ortiz enough for the first down inside the 35 to the 34.
Still a good play on the defense, though, even though he didn't get it. Still good.
Yeah, that was a pretty good effort as well by Ortiz. As you're right, the defense was right there to be able to make a stop, but couldn't quite wrap up Ortiz, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Very, very close, though. Would have been so good.
1st and 10 from the 36. We got an I formation with a wing on the right here from the Rams. There's a pitch out to Hughes. Hughes will get about 2 yards. About 1.5 yards, actually. Let's see. They're going to give him 2. 2nd down and 8. Couple of lines there forcing him out of bounds. Malachi Filan, one of those lines. Ball now marked at the Lion 34. 11:41 and counting. Well, actually, the clock stopped because of the out of bounds. It's 11:41 remaining in the third. Del Rio in the huddle. They got some pretty slick-looking helmets. Look very similar to the 1970 Rams helmets from L.A., but a little bit different.
Well, obviously they can't have NFL helmets.
Ortiz with a pitch.
Oh, come on.
That's number 16 with the football. He's down to the 20, cuts in at the 10, 5. That's going to be a touchdown, Del Rio.
Yikes.
Brian Natividad carrying it in for the score.
That's not what I wanted to come back to and see.
Try again. So the Rams are going to go for the extra point here. Who won, Martin? I know your mic's not working right now, so you can't really tell me. But We didn't hear who won the homecoming court. Here, try to put that back in. Let's see if that makes a difference. It worked last week when we did that. Kind of the Nintendo save for those of you who had Nintendos back in the day. It's not working, is it?
Nope.
I think it's the channel here, Martin. Do you want to just take the rest of the night off?
I can do that.
Okay. Where you going, Austin?
Yeah, Austin, where are you going?
Yeah, you're not getting relieved.
You're here until midnight, Austin.
Yeah, you got to help me pick all this equipment up.
Oh, that is so true. And then after that, we're going to do laundry, Austin.
That's right. Point after touchdown coming up. And that's going to be kicked by Rodrigo Tamez. So Martin is so excited because his daughter Lisa won homecoming queen, along with Joseph Morrow, number 9 of the Lions. Point after attempt is good. And Del Rio on top for the first time tonight with 11:29 remaining, 28-21. Well, you got something to celebrate then tonight. She going to be able to fit her head through the door when she gets home? I just tease. Hopefully she won't listen to this and be mad at me. So the Lions really got to come up with some kind of answer here. A couple of big plays early in the third quarter for Del Rio, and just like we worried about, they got the ball coming out of the half, and they made quick work of that offensive 50 yards or 45 yards they needed to negotiate for a touchdown. Back deep to receive for the Lions here on the kickoff from Tamez is going to be Zane Wooldridge and number 10, Isaac Montgomery. And we've seen a couple of good returns from both Montgomery and Wooldridge, and the Lions may need one here with 11:29, try to wrestle some of this momentum back. Kick is deep. It's out of the end zone. Wooldridge will let it bounce that direction, and the Lions will have it at the 25-yard line, first down and 10. So offensively, what do you think the Lions need to come out here and do? Just run their offense, get first downs.
Do what they do best.
You don't know, you don't got some trick play you've been watching at practice that you're holding back on.
Ah, yes, the 10-man block.
10 men blocking straight ahead with one guy running.
Yeah, you got the QB
Wildcat
running up. It's a play I thought of just now.
So that's the original football play where you had 10 blockers and a single wing is what they called it. Mitchell, the quarterback, and we have a quick penalty flag. It's going to go against the Lions.
Dang.
False start, number 76, 5-yard penalty.
Come on, Wells.
First down.
So that is number 76, Jacob Wells, getting called for leaving just slightly early or rocking out of his stance. I'm not sure which, because I didn't see anybody make contact with the defense, but he certainly must have moved. It's 1st and 15 now, ball at the 20. Mitchell brings Parker in motion, takes the snap, hands to Lott. Lott cuts in, he's at the 25, down to the 28, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, plus about 3. It'll make it 2nd down and 7 yards to go. 11 minutes, 12 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. Lions trailing 28-21. Parker, the receiver, moves to the far side of the formation, so the Lions have trips on that wide side of the formation here. On the near side, the single receiver is River Hom. Lott remains the running back beside Mitchell in the backfield for the Lions. There's the snap. Fakes to Lott. Mitchell coming out off the block from Hom. Carries over, spins over the 30 to about the 33. It's going to make it 3rd and 2 for the Lions. They're on the stop for the Rams. Number 1, Ethan Vasquez. So we're going to have a whistle to stop play. And it looks like Del Rio will use one of their timeouts.
First timeout.
And we'll take this opportunity to mention The silver sponsors of Lion football, they include, as you've heard tonight, Leander Athletic Club online at leanderathletic.club.com. You can call them at 512-876-1855. They're located at 190 North Baghdad Road, Suite D in Leander, Texas. Lot Governmental Affairs, you can find LGA on LinkedIn and Facebook. Look for Earl Lott. He'll help you with all of your compliance needs, especially those related to environmental issues. And then our third silver sponsor, RDZ Roofing, online at rdzroofing.com, or you can call for your appointment at 512-316-1195. That's 512-316-1195. So the Lions will come out of the timeout into the huddle. The twin receivers on either side of the formation here. Big play early in the third quarter as the Lions try to wrestle some momentum away from Del Rio. Pistol formation. Hargrave in the backfield. Wooldridge comes and joins Mitchell in the backfield. They'll hand to Wooldridge. A nice block from Hargrave. He gets on the outside. He's at the 40. And that's a first down, Lions. He'll step out of bounds around the 44-yard line. 10-17 on the clock here in the third. And that was a good block by Hargrave. He sealed that edge, which really gave the opportunity for not that Wooldridge needs much assistance to get outside, but
that's very true.
When you're able to seal that end, it makes it a lot easier. So we got twins here on the near side, a single receiver on the far side, which means we probably are going to have two running backs in this formation, or at least a tight end. And it looks like it is going to be an H-back, and that's Garrett Pites. Handoff to 24 Hargrave, and he'll pick up 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 1 now for the Lions. Pites he came off a collarbone injury pretty quickly. He hurt himself in non-contact play in the early part of the season. He's already back. Pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And that's not an easy position to come back and hit people at, because you got to hit somebody on just about every play. 2nd and 1. Hargrave, the running back. Mitchell takes the snap. He'll hand to Hargrave. He'll run behind Pites, straight ahead. Gains the 41 of Del Rio for a first down, Lions. They're on the stop for Del Rio, number 5, Manuel Padilla. 9:27 and counting here in the third quarter. And the Lions trying to get a little bit of that momentum back, And this drive, they're able so far to move down the field pretty effectively. Braden Lott, the running back. Pites in the H-back. There's a handoff. He'll run behind Pites. And he'll meet a couple of Del Rio Rams there for no gain on the play. That's number 7, Daniel Rubio, along with number 30, Luis Martinez. 2nd and 10 for Leander. Clock moving at 8:48. Crowd looking for the Lions to answer an early second half score here from the Del Rio Rams. Mitchell takes the snap, fakes it, rolls to his left, looking to throw, is able to just get rid of the ball on the Del Rio sideline. He had a couple of Del Rio Rams in his face. Really couldn't look downfield to find a receiver. He was worried about getting hit, and so he wisely gets rid of the football. But the problem with that, it's 3rd and 10. This is 2-down territory for the Lions, though, especially down 7. We'll see what the Lion offensive coaches come up with here. Ryan Bailey, the offensive coordinator, going to pull something out of his hat here. Braden Lott, the running back with Mitchell. Parker in motion. There's the snap. Mitchell drops back, looking downfield. He hits a screen to Lott.
Oh, great throw.
Lott picks up a couple of blocks. He's at the 30, 25, 20. 15-10. That's his second touchdown of the night. Braden Lott will tie. Will get us the Lions within one. There is a penalty flag down though on the 29. That would be a first down if it's a spot foul against the Lions. We'll see what the call is here. I think that penalty should be picked up. They had a guy come back. He really didn't block. They did give the touchdown.
There we go.
35, Brady Blunt.
So that is against Zane Wooldridge. That is after the touchdown, and so that'll end up on the kickoff.
At least they still gave it to us.
Right. Well, you know, if it happens after the play, they call that a dead ball foul, and that's basically what happened. Number 13 to hold for Leander. That's Aiden Steriker for Ivan Rodriguez. Caleb Billfelt, the deep snapper, trying to tie the game here at 28. Coach Price trying to get an explanation from the coaching staff about the 15-yard penalty against Zane Wooldridge.
The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. The try for point will follow.
Point after coming up, you could hear the white hat, the head referee, indicate that the 15 yards will be assessed on the kickoff. So the Lions, instead of kicking from the 40, will be kicking from their 25.
Really?
Snap, hold, kick is up.
Oh, come on,
and
Ivan.
it's the first miss by Rodriguez. There's pressure by the Rams. One of the Rams is able to pick it up. That's number 3, I think. And he's going to get tackled around the 25-yard line. There's all kinds of commotion over there. That's Perry McIntyre trying to get a 2-pointer for Del Rio. The bad part about that, it's 28-27. The Lions don't tie it up. And that is the first missed point after attempt of the season for Rodriguez. And I'm not so sure that's the kicker's fault.
Unsportsmanlike conduct by Del Rio, number 3, spiking the ball and removing his helmet on the field. That will also be assessed on the kickoff.
So that should make it just a normal kickoff then, right?
Sounds
So
great.
they back up the lines to the 25, then they move it back to the 40, and we're back to square one, right?
Oh, they did a good job. They brought us back to where we need to be.
Well, you can thank Del Rio for that, because that penalty was by the guy that returned it, Perry McIntyre, and apparently he was a little frustrated and got up and spiked the ball and threw his helmet off. So
Maybe he felt bad and wanted to put us back on the 40.
Conduct foul for blue number 1, and 1 unsportsmanlike conduct foul for number 3 for number 3 white.
So you really can't call those offsetting fouls because they didn't happen on the same play, but essentially the result is the same as 2 fouls that occurred on the same play, because we're basically going to be just a standard kickoff now, which is fine by me. I'm sure that some of the Del Rio faithful would have preferred the Lions kick from the 25, but
It seems they thought otherwise.
yeah. Well, and that's where football's an emotional game, but you got to control those emotions. It's a controlled fury, and as soon as you cross that line, you can cost your team, sometimes even yourself.
Ejected out of the game.
Right, and sometimes you lose playing time over those penalties.
Oh, yeah.
Pooch kick by Rodriguez is going to be fielded at around the 24 by number 24, and we got a whistle. I guess he fair caught it. That is Damian Bagneshi on the fair catch. So it'll be first down for Del Rio. Looks like the ball is going to be marked at around the 26. I'm going to put it on the 25-yard line.
Del Rio will have the ball first down.
The Lions still behind here, and the better part of this is Del Rio's not starting at midfield. So the Lions have got to come up with some defense here. The Rams will come out in their standard formation, the little wing T. There's a snap. They're going to hand to the first man through, number 13, Hamad Musi. He'll pick up 1. Tackled by a pride of Lions there in the middle. Getting up off the bottom of the pile for Leander, number 55, Caleb Lemire. sophomore defensive lineman. 2nd down and 9 for the Rams, rather. You weren't here, but I was commenting that the Rams uniforms look really like the 70s Rams of the NFL. The horn's a little different, but I keep waiting for Vince Ferragamo to come out. High formation, pitch to the running back, Butler, and he spins his way to about the 27. A lot of lines there again, led by number 55, Caleb Lemire, and the sophomore defensive lineman makes a couple of plays in a row, and it's 3rd down and 6 for the Rams. We're down to about 7:05 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Lions trail by 1. That long huddle here. Play clock down to about 15 seconds. Del Rio not in a big hurry, and they'll break the huddle. Wing formation. They'll bring the wing in motion. Ortiz is in trouble. He's looking to throw. Segovia chasing him as long with Kessler. Kessler gets a hand on him. Deep pass.
Nice.
Incomplete. Intended for number 12, Hector Rodriguez. But the pressure from Segovia and who was the other one? Kessler. And we have an injured player down. That may be Ortiz.
Is that QB?
I think so. Let's see. No, it's the fullback, Musey. It looks like he's going to get up. But the training staff out there, we'll move on here and mention our silver sponsors and hope the best for that Del Rio Ram, Ahmad Musey. The silver sponsors are Leander Athletic Club, online at leanderathletic.club.com. You can call them at 512-876-1855 or visit them at 190 North Baghdad Road, Suite D in Leander. Already did the silvers. It's the golds that we need to do. The gold sponsors Mercy Veterinary Hospital, online at mercy-vet.com, or you can call to set your pet's appointment or their stay at the resort at 512-890-2000. You can visit them at 18109 Ronald Reagan Boulevard in Leander. The other gold sponsor is Rush Automotive, online at myrushauto.com/Leander, or call them for your appointment at 512-548-6134. That's 512-548-6134. You can also stop by their location at 2276 U.S. South Highway 183 in Leander. 4th down for Del Rio, and they'll bring the punting unit out back deep to receive for Leander. Is going to be Zane Wooldridge. Tamez to kick for the Rams, and the Lions able to get a stop after a touchdown. That blocked extra point, the difference in the game. High snap, Tamez able to get it and get it into the air. Wooldridge will field it at the 28, makes the first man miss. He's at the 35,
nice.
40, 45.
Oh, come on, Zane.
Midfield, he's at the 40. He's just got to beat the punter. He's by Tamez, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Lions. And just like that, who needs an extra point? You got Zane Wooldridge able to return the punt for a touchdown, and that is a 72-yard punt return for the score. Zane Wooldridge and the Lions now up 33-28. We'll see if the Lions go for 2. They will not. They'll bring Rodriguez out unless they're going to run some kind of fake with Rodriguez in there.
That'd be kind of fun to watch. I want to see Rodriguez run the ball.
He could probably do it. You know, you play goalie, you got to take some contact. So
goalies are supposed to be quick anyway, so.
Well, they better have at least that initial step be pretty quick. Snap hold, the kick is up, and Rodriguez back in the positive column with this point after attempts. It's now 34-28 with 6:11 remaining. Coming off the field in a celebratory fashion, Joseph Tafasi, one of the offensive linemen, and I believe he was on the homecoming court, wasn't he?
He was.
So, getting a little bit of love at halftime, and then coming out here and getting excited about the Lion offense getting a touchdown. So the Lions huddling on the sideline, their kickoff unit, talking to the special teams coordinator, and that is, of course, Coach Adam McLean. We'll see what they do here. If they're going to squib it, they're going to kick deep. Some updates on some local area scores. Georgetown on top of Liberty Hill. What a game. It's in the fourth quarter, 42-37. College Station, the Lions' next opponent in 2 weeks, put a smackdown on Temple, 53-22. That game's still going in the fourth. Rodriguez to kick. A little bit of a pooch kick, and we got a fair catch signaled and made at the 26. A&M consolidated on top of Lufkin in the third, 17-10. And Lampasas putting a smackdown on Eastview. The Badgers, 59-21 over the Patriots of Eastview. It's pretty impressive. Well, Lampasas is one of the smaller schools. They're a 4A school, so showing that they went pretty deep in the playoffs last year, and they obviously got some returners. So we'll try to keep you updated on some of those scores. I'm not sure who Cedar Park played tonight or who they're playing. Cedar Park is beating Round Rock right now, 28-24. Hendrickson on top of McNeil, 31-17. And Rouse on top of Glenn. That's a final, 34-31. Handoff to the fullback, and he'll get the line of scrimmage, and that's about it as the Lions there to meet the challenge. Number 31 coming off the bottom of the pile for Leander. That's Jake Bridwell. 2nd and 10. Looks like they may have given him. No, they didn't. It's 2nd down and 10. You know, that really hurts the Rams that their starting fullback, who's been carrying quite a load tonight, is off the field at the moment. They'll fake to the first man through, and the quarterback Ortiz will keep it. He's licked. That is number 23 for the Lions, coming up and making a pop on Ortiz. That's Tyler Moorman. Ortiz didn't see him because he came from the backfield to make the hit. And Alicio Ortiz is shaken up, and the Lions will move to the sideline and discuss what's going on. .5:18 remaining here in the third. Coach Price getting explanations constantly from that line judge. He's wearing him out. Coach Price? Coach Price, I'm not surprised, but Teacher of the Week, Chris Price. You know, I was really impressed when Chris Simpson hired Chris Price. I tuned into Dave Campbell's Texas Football podcast, and they described Coach Price as the 3rd best coordinator in the state, period. So this is somebody with no head coaching experience but had demonstrated excellence at the coordinator position, and Coach Simpson brought him down here, and we've seen a turnaround. And this is despite COVID, a bunch of weird stuff that was happening, came midway through a year. You know, I mean, there's all kinds of craziness that happened. Low numbers in the program. He had to build that back up. There's been realignments. You know, one year we're getting a bunch of kids from Running Brushy and nobody from Leander Middle School. Now we're getting a bunch from both of the schools now. So it's interesting because that changes ever so often, and some of it's University Interscholastic League driven, and some of it is Leander Independent School District driven. So we're under 5 minutes in the third. The new quarterback is going to be number 6, Alan Dobbins. And we're going to have a timeout, Del Rio, as they want to talk about it. You know, anytime you got to put in a backup quarterback, even if he's skilled and experienced, you know, that's the thing about a backup. You got to be ready to be in game form at any second. So it's not an easy job. It's probably one of the better jobs in the NFL, especially if you're 3rd string quarterback. walk around with a clipboard the whole time and get really paid. So we got a little bit of a discussion on both sidelines here during the timeout. Coach Price still over there. I can't tell if he's talking to the line judge anymore, if he's just, in his peripheral, just to make sure he knows he's there. Teacher of the week, going to be coach of the week if he pulled this one out. 34-28, 4:51 remaining here in the third. Coach Bill Felt out there making calls for the defensive line. Dobbins takes the snap. He tries to pitch it. He does to Zane Hughes, and he'll pick up a couple of yards on the right side. Not a whole lot there. It's going to be number 4 making the stop for the Lions, and that's Nicholas Parsons. It's going to be 4th down and 8 now, and punting situation for the Del Rio Rams. We'll see Zane Wooldridge again on the return, and we'll see what Thomas does with this football, if he kicks it towards Wooldridge or away from him. There's the snap. He'll get a foot into it and kick it towards the sidelines on the Del Rio side, out of bounds. So the Lions will have nice field position. No return if you're the Del Rio Rams, which is positive. 38-yard line will be the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, Leander. 4:07 and counting here, or remaining. It's not counting. We're switching possessions. And you can hear the crowd. We've got the crowd mic up. You can hear the band. It's just like being here. Mitchell with Hargrave in the backfield. 2 receivers either side of the formation. Play clock whistle blown. Wooldridge in motion. There's a snap, handoff to Hargrave, straight up the middle behind Casimir. He's up over the 45, near the 50. They're going to give him enough for the first down at the 48-yard line of Leander. Chains will move, and the Lions in the huddle, ready to go. You get a first down like that, a lot of times you want to go quick. You want to catch them off guard, and the Lions break the huddle quickly. We have trips on this near side, the wide side, a single receiver on the far side. There's the handoff to Hargrave straight ahead. He breaks the first tackle and lunges for a gain of about 4 yards into Ram territory at the 48. We have a whistle, but no stop of the clock. Or they did stop the clock. I'm not sure why. Interesting. 3:38 on the clock. The referee kind of holding play there over the ball. Hargrave, the running back, in the backfield with the quarterback, Logan Mitchell. The 3 receivers here on the near side. You got 1 receiver in Isaac Montgomery on the near side, or the far side, but the short side of the field. Pass into the flat to Parker, and he's unable to pick up a block, and Perry McIntyre there to make the stop. Loss of 1 on the play. He's going to make it 3rd down and 7 for Leander. It's one of those things, you get even if it's a 6-point lead, you get a little bit of lead, and you almost kind of want to back off the gas a little bit, but you really can in this situation. We saw Del Rio roar back and take the lead last year before it went into overtime. Hargrave, the running back, beside Mitchell. They'll bring Wooldridge in motion into the backfield. There's the snap. He'll fake to Hargrave. Mitchell will follow Wooldridge on the left side.
Block by Wooldridge.
And he's cut down by the corner, number 23 for the Rams, Jacob Ortiz, a 5'10 sophomore. It's going to make it 4th down for Leander. At the ball at the 49, you're probably going to still punt it here. And it looks like Rodriguez will come out with the punting unit. You want him to try to pin it, a little coffin corner if you can pull it off. We'll see. Back deep to receive that punt's a pretty good kick returner in his own right, Zane Hughes. You want to kick it away from him if you're able. There's a snap. Rodriguez toe to leather, gets a nice high punt. It's going to bounce around the 25 and take a line bounce and be down right around the 25 by Kessler. And so the Rams will have the ball back, only down 6 with 2 minutes remaining here in the third period. You know, I'm not comfortable unless the Lions can get a 3-touchdown lead. That's just the way it is. I've seen too many comebacks, not against the Lions per se, but just in football in general. You get a little momentum late in the game, the other team's a little tired, and it's almost like you can't be stopped. So the quarterback is going to be Ortiz, is back in the game, wing formation. They'll hand to the fullback, first man through, number 33, Ethan Mathern. He'll carry it over the 30 to the 31. Pretty nice gain on first down. It's now 2nd and 4, and this is what we talk about with this offense. You get a good play on first down, you're hard to stop. Minute 37 and counting. Lions haven't really shown a lot of blitzes or stunts or anything tonight. Haven't really needed to because of the offense that they're playing against. Wing formation. Ortiz under center, takes the snap. He'll hand to Mathern, and he'll pick up the first down. The Lions had him in the backfield, but he was able to spin forward for enough. Tackle made by 23, Tyler Moorman. Ball now at the Ram 36-yard line. 1st and 10. We're about a little over a minute left here in the third. Clock moving. Long huddle by the Rams. Ortiz is going to get tired running to the sideline and get the play and then come running back in. You got to do extra sprints for that kind of work. Under a minute. Oh, Ortiz kind of loses the ball, but he's able to get it to Mathern, rather, and he picks up 9 yards up to the 45. And then just like that, 2nd and 1. When the offense is working, it's tough to stop. Lions looking to the sideline, especially the D-line, to get signals from Coach Beef. Rams still in the huddle. They'll break that huddle. 2nd and 1. Ortiz under center in the wing formation. Heavy to the wide side of the field. And that'll be the end of the quarter. And we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay with us here on SHN Sports, your home for Lion football. It is Del Rio football at their own 45, 2nd down and 1 yard for the Rams.
Big quarter here, Chuck.
Yeah. No more after this one unless we end up in overtime like last year, and I hope not. I don't have the drive that I did last year to get home, but still. Ortiz under center. They'll bring a man in motion. They'll hand to Mathern straight ahead, and there's nothing there. The Lions able to stuff it right at the line of scrimmage, making it 3rd down and 1, leading the charge for Leander, Malachi Filan, along with quite a few of those defensive linemen.
Very nice push by the defense to hold them in place. Let's see what we can do on 3rd down.
Yeah, this is even 2-down territory here. You almost have to hold them twice here.
Yes.
But it is possible. We'll see what the Lions can do, whether they'll stunt the line in to the wide side here. Ortiz under center. And it's Mathern again. He picks up the first down, breaks the tackle over midfield, and he's going to get stacked up around the 46-yard line. Leading the line charge, number 55, Caleb Lemire. But it will be first down Rams in Lions territory at the 47-yard line. 11 minutes, 10 seconds, and rolling in the ball game.
Need the defense to step up here.
Yeah, last thing you want to do is give up a touchdown here in the lead in the fourth quarter. Wing formation, Ortiz under center. Got a receiver on either side of the formation. He'll keep the ball. He's got it in the middle of the field. He's at the 35. He spins towards the 30 where he's stacked up by Malachi Filan and Kessler, but not before he picks up another Ram first down at the 31-yard line. 10:40 remaining. Once those chains are moved, they'll start that clock back up.
That was just a tough first down run. Picked up 14, 15 yards.
You know, you see a lot of times, you know, you hand to that fullback, you hand to that fullback, you hand to that fullback, and the quarterback will pull it every once in a while and go outside. That time Ortiz followed his fullback, Mathern, who picked up a nice block or was tackled by a couple of lines thinking he had the ball. It works. Ortiz to Mathern straight ahead, and he's going to pick up a good 6, 7, maybe make it 9 yards almost. Getting up off the bottom there is going to be Bill Felt. Clock at 10:03 and moving. Second down and 1. Coming into the game for the Lions, number 33, Matthew Heald, to a linebacker position.
Short yardage plays into Del Rio's favor based on the way they run their offense.
It sure does, and that offensive line gets off the ball pretty well. You have to run this offense. Ortiz, the quarterback. He'll hand it to Mathern. He'll break a couple of tackles and get inside the 20 to the 18 where it's first and 10 Del Rio. You know, you got to at least force a field goal attempt here. That'll cut the lead in half for the Lions, or Del Rio. But Leander, you know, the last thing you want to do is give up another touchdown, because along with that touchdown, you're giving momentum back to the Rams, and it's too late in the game to be just relinquishing momentum.
Yes.
9:05 remaining. Ortiz takes the snap, fakes to Mathern, keeps it on the right side just like earlier. He's at the 15, points out there's a flag around the 12 as Ortiz is forced out of bounds by number 31.
Really
Jake
think there
Bridwell.
was a hold. Let's see what they call here.
I hope
Chuck.
it's a hold. That's a 10-yard penalty. They didn't stop the play, which would typically be a false start. They don't generally stop the play on an offside. There is a discussion about what the penalty is between the line judge and the white hat. We'll see what the white hat calls here.
Well, I had that one wrong.
Yeah, it is an offsides. And like I said, they generally will kill a play if it's the offense that commits a motion penalty. In this case, it was the Lions kind of jumping off sides before the ball was snapped. Didn't make a difference, except for Del Rio's going to get a 5-yard gain on the play, and it's 1st and 5. Now the ball marked at the 14-yard line. Wing formation, Ortiz under center. Bring a man in motion. He'll hand to Mathern straight ahead, and he'll get down near the 10. Getting up off the bottom there for Leander is Allender, along with Nicholas Parsons. Second down and 1 now, as they only had to navigate 5 yards.
Absolutely. So. Again, short yardage offense is the name of the game for Del Rio.
This offense can get you a yard or two pretty easy. And if you keep ahead of the chains, you can be quite successful, as we're seeing here tonight. The Rams under center. Mathern straight ahead. He's going to get dragged down from behind by Bill Felt and Parsons. but he'll get inside, or they're going to give him the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from there for the Rams. We'll see if the defense can bow their neck here. It's a tall order.
It is. They can do it, but it is a tall order.
Still plenty of football to be played. We're just under 8 minutes remaining. 28-34, Lions on top. Ortiz under center in the wing. Takes the snap. Fakes to Mathern, keeps to the right, just like a couple plays before, and he's going to get stopped right at the goal line, right on the 1. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1, and that play is working.
It is working.
You fake the dive to Mathern, and then you come right off behind him because a couple of line defenders are going to pick up that fullback because we've seen him carry the ball 6, 7, 8 yards in a clip. We'll see if the Lions can do something here. 2nd and goal from the 1.
You know, and as you described earlier in the game, a lot of these plays are very complimentary. Fake inside, run to the outside, run inside.
It's the key to that offense. Mathern straight ahead. We have a whistle before the snap.
That should move them back.
And it is a flag, and that generally means an offensive penalty. That will be beneficial to Leander. And it is a false start. I think he said number 70. That's Antonio Rivera. Of course, linemen rarely get their name called unless they commit a penalty, even though they're the heart and soul of the team.
Hey,
I'm always a fan of O-line.
And on a running team like this, you know they're doing their job.
Oh, they earn their keep for sure in this offense. Clock down to 6:35. It's 2nd and goal, ball on the 6. Wing formation. They'll bring a man in motion. Fake their handoff to Mathern up the middle, and the Lions are able to stack it up, but he gets a little bit of a push down to about the 2. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 2. This is a huge play. Clock still moving at 6:10 and counting. This is basically an extra point, a 2-point conversion play. I mean, most teams have 1 or 2 plays that they can run from this distance that they're pretty happy with, that they think they can convert, and we'll see what Del Rio does here. They're going to let that clock keep on moving. There's 14 seconds on the play clock, 5:45 on the game clock, and we're going to have a timeout. Leander decides to stop the clock as they see Del Rio's formation that they come out in. It's huge play, and it's a smart timeout right here.
Smart timeout.
Because you see what Del Rio – look, they've run it 3 times on this drive. The fake to Mathern, your standard dive of an option play in this offense, and then Ortiz will follow right behind him on that side. We've seen him successfully gain numerous yards. Anywhere between 5 and 12 yards on a given play on those 3 runs. And so you kind of have to expect that, don't you?
Yes, and you would think that the defense, let's see what they dial up, but they've been successful on all 3 of those plays.
Right. So, I'd call it again if I'm Del Rio. I'd call that play when I needed it until it was stopped. And this may be the play that it gets stopped, but I would definitely be making that same call and putting it on Ortiz to punch it over the goal line for Del Rio. 5:43 remaining. It's 34-28 out of the timeout by Leander. Leander has 2 timeouts. Del Rio down to 1. Ortiz under center.
Big defensive play here.
Hughes in motion. They hand him Mathern. He's in for the score. And it was pretty easy. The Lions probably expected the keeper there from Ortiz, like I said I would call.
Yes.
And they just gave it to Mathern. And he's not even the starting fullback, but he's had quite a good second half.
Yes, he has. Yes, the Lions looked like they were looking for a different play there. He was walked into the end zone untouched.
Yeah, that was pretty easy. It's 34 all, point after attempt. Could be the difference in tonight's game. Rodrigo Tomez coming out to make that attempt. Snap, hold, kick is up. Appears to be good, and it is. And the Del Rio Rams grab a late 35-34 lead with 5:39 remaining. Still plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
The Lions' offense been very successful tonight, but you can't make any mistakes. That's the problem when in a close game like this. You can give your offense the ball, you can have all the confidence in the world, but you make a mistake, an errant throw, a fumble, a penalty, something like that can really cost you in this situation. So the Lions have really got to look at doing the little things.
Absolutely.
That are required.
And as they've demonstrated tonight as well, the Lions have big play capability. But sometimes that may only take 30 seconds, as we saw earlier.
Correct. Well, and that's the other thing, you can score, you're going to take the points no matter how quickly you get them, but you don't want to leave too much time for Del Rio, as they've shown that they can move that football, especially here in the second half. Tomez to kick off for the Del Rio Rams, 5:39 remaining. And they certainly don't want to make that 6.5-hour drive home after a loss.
No, that makes it a little tougher. They're trying to return the favor to the Lions.
So Tomez, his kick is going to be fielded by Montgomery. He's at the 15-20, cuts out at the 25, still straight up the middle, over the 30 to about the 34-yard line, where the Lions will have it 1st and 10.
Nice return.
Yeah, I'll take that all day long from a freshman. Number 10 for the Lions, Isaac Montgomery, is also a threat at returning those kicks. You see Wooldridge, you see him make plays. You're like, I'm going to kick away from that guy. You kick it to Isaac Montgomery, he can make you pay as well.
And he has.
So Wooldridge coming into the huddle. Looks like he'll be the running back. We have 3 receivers on the near side of the formation. Braden Lott in the middle of those receivers. Traditional pistol with Wooldridge behind him. Then he'll move up to the right. Hand off to Wooldridge. He'll break a tackle at the 31. Break another tackle. He cuts in 35 up to the 40, down to about the 42. He's real close to the first down. They had 3 or 4 chances, and they're going to give him the first down at the 42. They had 3 or 4 chances at him, but he was able to still, shake and bake his way to a pretty positive gain there.
Very nice run. Very nice run. And right when we needed it, too. Good way to start the drive.
The ball now at the Lion 42-yard line. We're down to 4:42. The clock has stopped. Wooldridge stepped out of bounds. They're going to hand it to Braden Lott. He starts right, cuts back left. He's going to pick up maybe a yard. They're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The clock is not moving at all. Still 4:41 on that clock. And now it's moved. Well, it just moved 1 second, and then it stopped. I'm not really sure what's going on with the clock. That's run by officials. It's not anyone here at the stadium that has any affiliation with Leander. They're part of
let's make sure we're clear on that.
Yeah, they're part of the officials' crew. I used to do PA here until this season, and you sit right next to those officials.
Yes.
And they're pretty much on the ball, so perhaps it's a situation where the clock's not working properly. We'll have to see, and if that's the case, then it's real tough to know how much time is left. And with the game in the balance like it is, Coach Price is going to be in that referee's ear the whole time. How much time's left? How much time's left? You got to let me know.
The clock management becomes incredibly difficult,
yes,
and you have to stay on top of it.
And Lions have 2 timeouts, the Rams the 1. So, both teams have an ability to stop the clock if necessary. And it looks like they're trying to reset the clock. It went from 4:40 to 4:38. Now it's back on 4:40. So now it's running down 4:35, So they're running it down to where it should be. 4:34 looks like where it stopped. And that, that's the white hat communicating to the play clock, or not the game clock operator. So they have two referees in the PA booth. One handles the play clock and the other handles the game clock. The scoreboard is operated by an LISD employee, but not the clocks.
Right.
Well, there's actually a whole team that does the scoreboard, but the person adding the score is an LISD employee.
And we still seem to be struggling with the clock here.
Yeah, it's back to 4:40 now. So it's not a very intuitive scoreboard keyboard.
It is.
I've worked
not.
some in my day, and this one you got to slide different cards into it to know what.
Yes.
And then there's all these instructions, and of course it's in such a small font that I can't see what it says anyway, even with my glasses. I like the one that I used to use, had Bum Phillips giving you instructions on how to use it. That's how old it was.
That's nice, yeah. Now they've
I
changed
always
it to
wondered how
425.
much the scoreboard company paid old Bum to do the recordings for the instructions of those. I hadn't seen one of those in about a decade, though. And I've been to some old stadiums, so everybody updates their electronics. They don't necessarily update their buildings. Clock moving now, 4:34. Lions in formation. There's a snap, hand to Wooldridge. Wooldridge in the open, 45, cuts up at the 50, carries it into Ram territory to the 45. Another Lion first down. There's a flag down, however, at the 41. That could be an offsides. It could be a hold as well in that area. We'll see what the white hat calls. Not good for the Lions if it goes that way, and it looks like based on the offense it will. It is a holding penalty against Leander. I thought they said 55, but
I think it was 75.
75. So that is Ty Stutzman with the penalty call. The ball now at the line 32. They need to get all the way to the 48 for a first down. That is a pretty significant chunk of yardage. That's 20 yards. Second and 20. Hargrave, the running back, with Mitchell. Three receivers far side of the formation. There's a fake to Hargrave. There's a pass. It's open to Wooldridge over the 45 to midfield. So it'll be 3rd and 2. Great play. Get most of it back. You're in 2-down territory. You're down 1. Clock still moving. 3:50 and counting. Lions break the huddle with a Del Rio Ram in their huddle. There's a snap. Handoff to Hargrave. He'll pick up one of the 2 yards. It's 4th and 1.
Got to go for it.
Yeah, you don't really have a choice here with 3:33 and counting. But if Del Rio gets a stop, that could be the ball game the way their offense works. They stay in that huddle for most of the play clock. We'll see what the call is. Wooldridge goes into the huddle.
Just a long one here.
We might be short a player. Nope, they got 2 backs in the backfield. So we had Twins top of the formation. There's a snap, handoff to Wooldridge, and the Rams get the stop as they saw it coming a mile away, and they'll take over the football in Lion territory at the 48-yard line. And Martin, that's just the one thing you couldn't have happen.
That you couldn't have him tackled in the backfield.
Yeah, that's almost one of those you want to fake it to him and then roll it back out. It will be Del Rio football. The Lion defense out on the field. Remember, Leander still has 2 timeouts. There's 3 minutes on the dot left in tonight's ball game. It's a 1-point game. The Lions, first you need to get a good defensive play here on first
down.
Kind of put Del Rio behind the chains as best you can.
Absolutely. A good first down play here on defense gives them an opportunity.
It's a long huddle. Del Rio breaks it. Ortiz under center. tight end here on the near side of the formation. They'll hand to Mathern straight ahead, and he'll get a nice big gain to the 40 of 8 yards. And that offensive line is really getting some push for the Del Rio Rams here. Clock moving at 2:45. It's 2nd and 2, ball at the line 40. They need to get a strip of something.
Need a break here.
They definitely need something to bounce their way. Long time in the huddle. Play clock down to 15. There's 2:25 on the game clock, so this ball will be snapped around 2 minutes, 10 seconds. If they get another first down, it's probably going to be the game. Ortiz to Mathern straight ahead. He's able to get maybe a yard. They're going to just give him the line of scrimmage back to the 40. So the clock is down to 2 minutes, the play clock at 35, and there is an injury on, looks like Leander's got an injured player down with 2 minutes remaining. It's 3rd and 2. This is
huge
it doesn't
third
get much
down.
bigger than this.
And, likely if the defense can do something good, they're going to go for it on 4th down as well.
Yeah, in this situation, I think you got to. The last thing you want to do is punt to Zane Wooldridge.
Right.
So you got to go for it on 4th down. So you go for it, and if you don't execute, the Lions still got 60 yards to navigate.
Right.
And, what'll be likely a minute. Because after they
at the most
run this play, and there's a 30-second play clock or 35-second play clock, and they eat up most of that, run that 4th down play, we're going to be, probably a little under a minute remaining.
Right.
So this is huge, these next 2 plays. It's really going to be the game. Ortiz still the quarterback for the Rams. And they could well return the favor, like you said, Martin, from last year. The Lions able to get out of Del Rio with an overtime win. This one down to the wire as well. And it looks like a timeout, Leander. So they will burn one of those timeouts here defensively, which – you want to be sure. If you don't get the ball back, it doesn't matter, right?
And
you want to save those timeouts if you can, but if you can't get a stop, it doesn't make a difference.
And this is the time to stop him. You got 3rd down here. Stop him. Going to have 4th down to deal with as well. So
now, if I'm Del Rio, and this is just me thinking out loud, and maybe it's because I want it to break this way, but I'd pull a pass play out on this down because you have 2 downs to convert the first. If you fake a dive and hit that tight end releasing like I was talking about, that could be a score. I mean, if I'm calling plays, that's what I'm looking at here on 3rd down for Del Rio because, again, if the pass falls incomplete, then you still have
no harm, no foul.
Yeah, you still have 4th down to get the first down and try to put the game away. We've seen some good passes from Ortiz. I mean, not a lot of them, but some good ones that he's connected on. Should be interesting here as we wind down the last couple of minutes of this week in line football. Rams to the line of scrimmage. The play clock down to 18 seconds. I think the big thing there, calling timeout, it keeps 2 minutes on the clock.
Yes.
Mathern straight ahead. He's stuffed. Segovia there.
May have lost a yard.
Yeah, Segovia there, along with number 5. That's Joe Weesey. It's 4th and 3, and Leander does burn their final timeout, which is wise because 1:52 remaining. You get a stop here. You got enough time to go down.
Yes,
and all you got to do is get in Rodriguez field goal range. But you also have to protect.
Yes,
field goals are not easy. There's a snap, there's a hold, there's a kick, and you have all of the blocks. So, and we saw one get blocked, an extra point now.
Got to give the Lions some credit here, though. I mean, 4th and 3.
Well, there's one thing
have
you
an
can say
opportunity.
about this team. There's no quitting.
Absolutely not.
We saw that last week against Bastrop as they roared back from being down and almost was able to come out with a 2-point conversion in the win just on the very end of the game. And we're in a similar situation here. This team's not going to lay down to
They're
anyone.
not. This may be the game right here, Chuck.
It could be. If Del Rio picks up a first down, then it is ball game. Because just with play clock and plays, they'll be able to run most of the 2 minutes, a little less than 2 minutes, 152 down. Ortiz under center. He'll keep it off of Mathern, and it's Wooldridge that wraps him up, but he spins forward for a first down. And it was a good designed defensive play, and Wooldridge hit him behind the line, but too much momentum from Ortiz, and he's able to spin his way forward for a first down, and that is likely going to be the ball game for the Lions unless there's some kind of turnover. And that's one thing about this offense.
You do have to snap it.
Well, you have to snap it, and you have to
off.
hand it. Unless you're going to have your quarterback run around for a couple of plays trying to burn time, there could be a fumble in this situation, but it's looking like the game's going to break towards Del Rio at this point. Mathern straight ahead. He breaks the tackle, gets up over the 35 to about the 34, gain of about 3, second down. Lions cannot stop the clock. There's 35 seconds and counting on the play clock, a minute. So there'll be at least one more play, and then that'll likely be the ball game. Tough loss for the Lions here unless something, drastic happens, miraculous. But you know what? You go into district play, you had a couple of tough losses. You've shown a lot of flashes of good play. You just got to put it all together for 4 quarters.
And our district is tough.
Yeah, it's always
some
tough.
Really tough teams.
And so Ortiz will take a knee. And then that is going to be the ball game, as there's not enough time on the play clock to run another play, and they wouldn't anyway.
No.
So we'll call that an evening, Martin. The good thing is we don't have to drive 6.5 hours.
That's exactly right.
Thank you all for listening to Lion Football on SHN Sports. I want to thank the student helpers, and we're going to bring better equipment so that you can really help us out on the call. And you did a great job in production, Austin.
You did.
So, we'll look forward. We got a week off next week, and then the College Station Cougars come to town, and they were in the state championship game last year. They got waxed pretty good, but they were in the state championship last year.
Were.
So,
yes.
We'll see if the Lions can get back in the win column. Make sure you tune in to Lion Football next Friday. I'm Chuck Crazy for Martin Cano and the Lion Nation. We want to thank you for listening to SHN Sports. We'll see you next time. Be kind to your neighbor. You never know what they're going through. They may need that kindness from you. Tune in next time. Go Lions!